Why you think I'm get alive this? Real nigga shit came to kill a process. Gotta kill all the nonsense. Tell them do better when they lie, ho. Ay.
Fresher than you ever been, flyer than you ever was, fresher than you ever been, flyer than you ever was. Yeah, it's true how I started from the bottom, but it grew. There I go, blowing smoke for all the shit that I've been through. I remember how they treated me, dissing on the moves when I was wishing. Now I'm watching niggas wishing it was you. Niggas lame, they was hating till I showed up with the proof. What a shame, how the lowest niggas shit go through the roof. What it do? We in places that these niggas never knew. It's amazing, words could paint a picture that I never drew. Do it big, shout my nigga Chris, nigga hold it down, TSL, we be getting gassy at the smokers lounge, give them hell, just this shit and it be over for these clowns, niggas fell, cause they never tried, it's over for them now. When they see us in the building, they gon' hate on it. With that type of energy, I gotta stay away from it. You mad how we move, but you frontin' like it's cool. The better question is, nigga, who the fuck is you? You better keep your distance from me, nigga, keep your distance. You better keep your distance from me, nigga, keep your distance. I ain't playing with you, I don't brag. But today I got some time, I'm in my bag. Niggas wasted everything they had, now they looking sad. I remember none of them was passionate as this, not just to conversate. Think of all the ass they would kiss. Now up my views, you ain't watching, you's a hater, fuck you too. Your favorite rapper's catalog compared to me should be removed. Pick and choose, I forgot that's what these simple bitches do. Bad intentions towards the winning, they was wishing we would lose. I ain't you, any problems with me, nigga, then it's cool. When I see you, ain't no remix, nigga, don't change up the tunes. Like for instance, you know what's on sight when you see him, so keep your distance, or I'll be fighting more than my freedom. When they see us in the building, they gon' hate on it. With that type of energy, I gotta stay away from it. You mad how we move, but you frontin' like it's cool. The better question is, nigga, who the fuck is you? You better keep your distance from me, nigga, keep your distance. You better keep your distance from me, nigga, keep your distance. I ain't playing with you.
Konnichiwa, Giovanni-san.
Activate wraith mode.
かしこまりました。
ありがとうございます。
Fang drip, raincoat, triple black cars, yeah, we turn it into wraith mode. Fang drip, raincoat, triple black cars, yeah, we turn it into wraith mode. Verify the credit with the pay stuff. Make them back deposits with the day ones, day ones. You got a problem, you just say something. But you should quit us today, boy. Iced out grill with canary diamonds. Iced out watch, don't know what the time is. I can tell it's on you wanna know that. Privileged information for the squad though. Trapping out the scene like we hit a lick. Blowing out the windows from the jail. All in DTLA with the AMG. Back to Calabasas, my girl waiting on me. But I ain't even max it out yet. Level up, you levels down, yeah. I ain't even worried about what you even talking about, what you even talking about, yeah. Pain trip, raincoat, triple black car, yeah, we turn it into rave mode. Pain trip, raincoat, dripping matte black, had to switch it up to rave mode. Pain trip, raincoat, triple black cars, yeah, we turn it into rave mode. Pain trip, raincoat, triple black cars, yeah, we turn it into rave mode.
I see a lot of stars in my car, I'm in rave mode. Paint dripping slow like a Texas with a case load. A drink in the back, girl, sipping cause we say so. They know me and Giovanni about to get this bankroll. If you ain't trying to win, then what you trying to play for? You just want to beef with everybody, I want queso and pesos. Enough to make my lawyer say the case closed. Enough to buy my girl whatever cause she been so faithful. Got Hollywood unlocked, ride the rate on down your blocks. I'm true in love, will pick you up. You talking down and we won't stop. I had some friends and now they out. They be gossiping a lot. I'm trying to be a legend. White 11s cover my white socks. My ex was living in Texas now with other guys. You had to go to ticket, how you let it pass you by. Now you know that I'm about to do the most. When I get inside the rate, I catch the Holy Ghost.
But I ain't even max it out yet. Level up, you levels down, yeah. I ain't even worried about what you even talking about, what you even talking about, yeah. Pain trip, raincoat, triple black car, yeah, we turn it into rave mode. Pain trip, raincoat, dripping matte black, had to switch it up to rave mode. Pain trip, raincoat, triple black cars, yeah, we turn it into rave mode. Pain trip, raincoat, triple black cars, yeah, we turn it into rave mode.
I'm Eileen, and I'm a content creator and entrepreneur at Lavender. I began using Adobe Premiere Pro in 2014 as an outlet to share
Yeah. Quane, something new. Let me have some please, David. Turn a good girl to an info. So tell me, love, is it a go or dance around this tiptoe? You're a vibe, we should take it slow. I ain't the type to wanna be alone. Be a late night nigga, you know what I want. Talking real nasty, cause I'm drunk. Trying to see what you want. Oh, babe, I'm ready, babe, right now. It's on sight, then know it goes down. Fuck me good, love me good right now. We can take it there right now. Tell me, girl, and we going right now. I ain't here to fuck around or fall in love. That's a dub. But I got you feeling love. A marathon in my bay do laps. Never ever had a bitch like that. Word is bond, me and you, girl, made a pact. Bet your last nigga game ain't like that. Hair done, nails done, everything match. Bad bitch, you know, everything crackin'. My type, you know, everything tap. Hairstyle, homegirl, where your ass at? Take more than a second. I just need some of your time. Is your body calling? Do I cross your mind? Cause I've been thinking about this all night. Failing to put up a good fight. Got me looking like a deer in your headlights. And my dreams we done made love a few times. This a short thing, no, I'm committed. On and off, you know that it's litty. What's the truth? Who knows Vicky's secrets? Trust in me, you know that I keep it. I know you're tired of dealing with lanes, but your program on the pole with no shame. She my blue pearl, who about her been friends. She gon' burn her both, she my twin flame. I'm ready, girl, right now. It's on sight, then know it goes down. Fuck me good, love me good right now. We can take it there, girl, right now. Tell me, girl, and we gone right now. I ain't here, girl, to play around. I fall in love, it's a dub. Bet I got you feeling noise. A marathon in my bay do laps. Never ever had a bitch like that. What is behind me and you, girl, made a pact. Bet your last nigga game ain't like that. Hair done, nails done, everything match. Bad bitch, you know everything cracking. My type, you know everything tack. Hairstyle home, girl, where your ass at? Oh yeah, I'm ready, girl, right now. It's on site, then know it goes down. Let me good, let me good.
Class in session, so it's time for you to get the notes. The quickest way to sell your soul is when you niggas vote. This shit I'm kicking is forbidden, better listen, bro. A politician preaching love is the biggest joke. See what they do is use this shit as a tool. Got us focused on these fools and putting shit in our food. Fighting to free your mind is kinda hollow but true. The system make you a zombie if you follow the rules, so we rebel. But not too many live it to tell, till they find the cheat code using digital scales. Paradise is aborted when the mission is failed. Heaven and hell collide like prison and jail. And you don't need religion just to say you awake. You even dumber than you look, you think you came from an ape. Religion needs science, science need religion. One tell a story and the other paint the picture. But listen, nigga, if you dig a little deeper, you can find that little rabbit in the mother of the reaper. I'm the best for a reason. There's a message in the speaker when the cosmos talking. That's a blessing from the ether. One day I met the devil for real and made a deal with him. Told him all I want is the money and kept it real with him. Came in the form of a thought I couldn't build with him. Shit I was selling the fiends was really killing him. Your gun bars ain't much if your gat don't shoot. I'm strapped and bulletproof like the Batman suit. All it takes is one snap to have my enemies killed. The laws in space and time, I could bend them at will. Yeah, I'm in the world that some of y'all have not seen, and living on the page that some of y'all cannot read. And right now they probably calling me cheap, cause I decided it's enough and now I finally speak. Tell you the truth, I don't trust people who cheat. It's deeper than having sex, you give birth to deceit. If you see where this is going, this is true as can be. If you lie to the ones you love, then you do it to me. The cold word is rainy night. Niggas get wet outside, but ain't no rain in sight. They wonder where this come from. Ascension when it's all done. No reason to believe in a God. When you become one, you understand. You could get it the same. Niggas will double cross you if you get them the fame. My soul ain't for sale just to get in the game. It's dangerous, homie, just remember the name.
Better nigga, you don't know the talk. Do better nigga, you don't know the game. Yeah, I got moves like Michael. Watch how I'm coming down the middle lane. Let me show you how a nigga run shot.
We are back on the Smokers Lounge. I am your host, chriscyphaz. We are sponsored by Executive Sessions and Rashard TSL Flat Motherfucking Power. Salute to the fam. Thanks for the pack. Yer. Talk to me good, family. You already know what it is. As y'all coming through the lounge, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And please hit that notification bell. And make sure you go to all so you can get all the notifications when we go live, and you can be part of the stream or part of the bill. You already know where we heading to.
Yo, Yo chick on me. Yo chick. It's the mission, nigga. Yo chick on me. I can tell you, bro. I'ma leave you with a sip, though. Do better, do better, do better, do better.
I mean, why not play that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know what it is, family. I hope everybody had a great grand ascension, aka grand rising, BKA good morning. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody's day is going blissfully and everybody have high energy. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know, you got anything to talk about, anything to get off your chest, you already know. You know, we here to talk about it, you know. So, you know, I hope everybody have, you know, great mental health, you know, at this point. And, you know, we can get to it. If not, you know what I'm saying, if anybody have anything to talk about. But you already know, y'all know how we do, you know. Much love to the fam. Much love to everybody out in the chat. And see what we got in the building. Dreads in the building. Question everything. If y'all haven't, please subscribe to Question Everything. He just actually cracked a real big code for the flat earthers. So for the flat earthers, make sure y'all go to Question Everything channel and make sure y'all check the last build he did. And, you know, y'all can see the code he cracked. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let y'all go to the information and so y'all can see the information. When you see the information, you know the information. So when anybody try to come through with all that bullshit, you can point them straight to that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the fam. Salute to the young ones. You already know how it is, family. Andrew Z in the building. Peace, love, and respect. Sis, how you doing, love? Salute, salute. Salute to the young ones. Salute to the fam. We got Osen Yemi in the building as well. Peace, love, and respect. Salute to the fam. Salute to the fam across the land. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the young ones as well. Much love. We got Bronze Flat Power in the building. What's going on, bro? Salute to you. Salute to the fam. What's happening? We got DJ in the building, of course. What's up, brother? Salute to you. Salute to the fam. What's happening? You know? Let's see who else we got in the building. We got the enemy's public in the building as well. Nasir. Salute to the big bro. Salute to the fam. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, big brother? Salute. And we got Lady Shea Butter. Lady Shea Butter in the building. Peace, love, and respect. What's happening, ladies? Salute. Salute to the family. Salute to the young ones. You know what I'm saying? I see Drop in the building as well. What's going on, Drop? Salute to you. Salute to the fam. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming through. Everybody, thanks for coming through. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, let me get the link real quick. Let me go ahead and that part. Go ahead and drop the link. Y'all get the link and come through. Hey, Dredge, you welcome to come through and talk about it as much as you want, and you know, to let the fan know what great information you found. You know, but you know, I'm not gonna give you your information out, you know, without permission. So since I don't have your permission yet, you know what I'm saying, you can come up here and, you know, you could tell the fan what's going on, what you got, what the last build about. We could discuss it here. You know, you could drop your link or a link to, you know, so they could see the video, or you can come up here and stream the video. You already know, man, it's open field. You know what I'm saying? All right, bet. Take your time. So I haven't been going live within the past like 2 weeks because I've been going through my own stuff. I'm not saying that like it's like super bad or whatever the case may be, but again, you know, we need those times where we can, you know, get our real lives, you know, and everything, you know, outside of the online or the network circuit, so we can get our lives back together, and you know, we can do what we do and make our decisions accordingly. So yeah, I just been not even just that, I've been working a lot, working even with graphics and overlays, working with music and stuff. I just finished 2 other featured tracks. And not even just that, you know, just going through, my brother just recently got locked up for some bullshit. So but at this point we got it handled and we got it figured out. So you know what I'm saying, everything is gonna be cool with that situation as well. And you know, I just needed time and in space, you know, to get you know, life shit situated. So that's the reason why I haven't been live for the past 2 weeks. So I appreciate everybody's patience. And I appreciate still everyone sticking with me. And sticking with the TSL, you know what I'm saying, because it's a family. So you know what I'm saying, I appreciate and everybody who reached out, you know, Nasir reached out, you know, hit me up the other day, yesterday, and you know, was, you know, checking on me and stuff. So you know, I appreciate that, big bro. You know what I'm saying? A few other people was checking up on me as well. So you know, I appreciate that, y'all, as well. So you know, much love and salute to y'all. You know. But other than that, we cool, we here. No Niggapean motherfucking goddamn Wednesday. You're on the HOTBOX build. You know what I'm saying? The link is down there. So y'all know y'all come through. Hit that link. We could talk. We could build upon whatever's going on. I don't really know what too much was going on in the YouTube streets or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been out here. I've been, you know, here and there throughout the channels and stuff. So, you know, I'm really getting too much into that, you know what I'm saying? But other than everything, you know, everything's been cool, whatever. Shout out to Zay in the building. Salute to the fam. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming through. Actually, let me pin the link real quick. There we go. All right, yeah. So the link is pinned. Come through. Hit that link. Come on the panel. Let's chop it up, family. You already know what it is. Yeah. But other than that, you know, I hope everybody's been good. You know, I hope everybody, you know, has been having, you know, a blissful day. I hope everybody, you know, everything's been going good for y'all as well. You know, shout out to Lady Shay in the building. What's going on, Empress? How you doing, love?
Peace and love. Peace and love. Can you hear me? Okay, hope so.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to pop up real quick. Say what's up. It's been a long minute since I've been on panels, let alone YouTube. So, yeah, I just wanted to say hi real quick.
That's what's up. I appreciate it. I like your avatar.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I like it myself, you know, trying to stay within that vibe, you know, high vibes, positive vibes, you know. There's a lot of mental entrapment going on around here. So, yeah, I just got to stay focused and know what you want and go with that, you know. Can't have too many distractions these days.
Exactly. Yeah, I try to keep them distractions out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Because we have enough distractions that's going on and things that we need to handle and deal with and stuff. So we don't need extra distractions that'll keep up off our toes and whatever. You know.
Yeah, we can't have any more of that. I know for sure I don't. Got enough drama with family, friends, work. Yeah, I got enough. Don't need no more. So yeah, just gotta stay positive. As much as you can. Laugh whenever you can. I don't know. Just find something to keep you happy.
Exactly. I definitely agree with that. So since we on it, um, what are some of the few things that you do to keep you less distracted or say keep happy? Like things that'll make you happy or put a smile on your face, you know.
Oh, well, lately I've been, believe it or not, making my own music, my own beats. Definitely keeps me calm and happy. Other than that, just writing, staying in nature, love nature. Gotta get some nature, gotta get that sun, gotta get that wind. It's just relaxing. So, I don't know, nothing too much.
That's what's up. So you kind of like an undercover artist because I didn't know you was you had the ability to do beats and stuff. Like I didn't know you was in that realm.
Yeah, I try to stay in the background, I don't pop up too much, show off what I can do. But I do a little something, something.
Okay. That's the man. Empress producer. That's one thing I love and I adore. So like I'm very intrigued and interested to hearing whatever you develop or whatever you want to work on with anything, and let me know if you want to work on anything because I'm here and I'm open. I'm in my creative process and I'm I'm doing a lot of stuff. So like I'm right there. So let me know if you got something you want to work on and.
Oh, well, since you mentioned it, I'm gonna have to hit you up. Might have to take you up on that offer. Going through a little a little issue right now. I'm trying to get and make sure that I can get my own copyrights. So I'm in the middle of that. But yeah, I wouldn't mind it definitely.
Okay. Do you have a BMI account or a ASCAP account?
No, still not yet. I'm working on that though.
Okay. Get a BMI account ASAP. It's you actually really don't have to pay for it. So get a BMI account so you can register your music when you before you put it out. So therefore, whenever anything happened with commercials or royalties, or if anybody try to put anything out according to your music, it's right then and there, and you can handle it as such.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard so much about that. I'm just in the process of making it. It's something I've been wanting to do. I usually always do in my head, and I'm finally getting it out there. Finally getting that instrumental, that sound going, and so seeing where it takes me.
But keep at it. I love to hear my empresses working on music because y'all have a different perspective of music and in the way like y'all flow go. I still haven't gotten it yet, but I'm still trying to understand it, overstand it. You know what I'm saying? However, it's very interesting, very very interesting because y'all so like much emotional creatures, and when you dabble into music and sound and stuff, like it's expressed in a conglomerate of ways that like you can make a beat and people just will have this this observation of how you came up with it or how you was feeling and stuff, and you was like, oh no, it sounds like that, but no, no. And but it's like trust me, because I get it myself. But with females, it's like even us male producers, we look at y'all like, oh, y'all express something in a total different way, a total different form. It's like y'all don't even do music theory, or y'all don't even care about music theory. Y'all just go, you know what I'm saying? And it's, I don't know, it's on a whole nother level. So I love our Empress producers as well. So I'm here for it.
Most definitely. Shout out to all the producers, male and female. Shout out to y'all straight up. Cause y'all give me inspiration. Like I said, I'm still just in the beginnings of it. So yeah, I definitely look up to those that are more in that field, I guess you can say. So yeah. It's very interesting, getting it out. From being in your head, getting it out on paper and getting the instruments involved. It's really amazing. It's a different side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, most definitely. I get that. Definitely get that. Um, Even from like the past 3 days, like I haven't really slept. Yesterday was like the first time I was able to get any sleep because the day before we end up creating the beat and creating this whole song concept, and then we end up starting laying the vocals and stuff. So that was like kind of like an all day process, and I just been like I've just been on that wave ever since we was able to do that at that point, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, music flows, when it goes. So, you just gotta flow with it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's just how I roll with it whenever I get that inspiration. And it's usually random, of course, when I'm out doing something. So I have to write it down somehow, some way. And that's why I've been getting into, a lot more of the musical notes. Like I've already went to school for it, but I'm just getting a better, more understanding of it. So I can really write down my music because I don't always get that chance to just create it right out the whim like I want to. So
That's what's up. Are you good at music theory?
um I guess in a way, I just go for what I go for. I don't really go for styles or techniques. I just find a certain sound and I just follow it. I'm not really sure about the techniques or styles, so I don't know. I got a few songs that I've created on my page. Maybe one day get a chance, check it out, and you tell me what you think.
Okay, most definitely, I'll do that. Um, I would say if you can get your hand on some music theory and get to understand music theory, because music theory is like basically a big root of music, you know. So when you're doing like a certain type of beat, or what they would call genre nowadays, you know what I'm saying, which is expressed in so many different ways, you get to have more flexibility with sounds or with instruments and stuff like that. So it gives you a broader range.
Mm.
It gives you a broader range to exercise more things, within that, little tings and little tacks and little claps or snaps, or different percussions or different type of drums or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, yeah, I'm following you now because I'm definitely a mixer. I don't stay with one genre.
right,
That's for
right,
sure.
right. So yeah, I would anything I would say for anybody that's producing music, just get your hands on music theory, and just, I would say, get the concept. I wouldn't say you will have to learn the whole music theory. I know music theory, but would I apply it when I'm making a beat and I'm in the middle of something that I'm creating, that I'm just like, oh shit, this can go this can do this can do. No, I'm not really thinking that, because the main thing that music theory helps you to know is, or to understand, is the key you're in. So when you're in that key, you can use in any octave of any note that's in that key to do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's not more about music theory, but it's kind of like how you apply music theory. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, to keep it and make sure that flow goes together. The tones got to sound right and clash. Otherwise, you get that distortion. I hear you. I hear you absolutely.
Oh, okay, yeah. Are you talking my language? That's what I'm talking about. All right, we talking my language. Yeah. We don't want no distortion or anything going on. You know what I'm saying? We want everything to be consonant. So it's an amazing thing. Just knowing and understanding sounds or just octaves of sounds and stuff.
Yeah, and I know for me personally, I usually get my creative ideas, like I said, from nature. You go out in nature and man, talk about tones and vibration and sounds. Yeah, you could definitely get it from nature.
Okay, so all right, bet. I want to ask this. So do you work on a laptop?
I work on a laptop sometimes. I work on my phone sometimes, as well as a keyboard that I just picked up. So I dabble.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I asked that because I wanted to because a lot of producers that produce, they're mainly in studios. But I want to know like if there's like a difference from when you like made a beat like at home from to where you went out in nature and you made a beat. Like what would be the differences that you've seen between that?
Hmm. Well, right off the top of my head, I'm going to say the clarity in it. Um, just the overall sound. It's more heightened when you go out in nature and you're really around in nature. Gotta be careful though, because background music will catch, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just an overall clarity for me. It's just, I don't know, it's just easier for me. So I
Okay.
guess there is a difference. I guess there's not. It's for personal preference on how I want the sound or the message to flow.
Right. Right. 'Cause since I've been doing music, I think there's a very big difference from a producer creating something in house or in studio rather than outside in nature. Because when I'm outside in nature, when I compose beats, it's like on a different level. Like it seems like the composition kind of like glues itself together way better. The flow is much smoother. The sounds and everything, it seems like everything that's just being put together is just way more better. But not saying it's like better than what you can do in the studio. It just seems like it's a great feeling. But when you're in the studio, you're kind of going off of how you feel and what you know. Besides, when you're in nature, you're just going off how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times
Hmm.
when I make beats, I attach to that nature feeling of how I feel. How do I feel at this point? Like, what do I feel? Do I feel love? Do I feel a detachment? Do I feel distant? Do I feel all these different type of emotions that we can incorporate with music and stuff. What I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I know for me, again, I just gotta say, I still haven't gotten in the studio. I'm still working my way into that because I don't know. Some artists just get a crispy sound in the studio that I'm kind of looking for or wouldn't mind tapping into. So yeah, one day I'm gonna get into the studio. One day soon.
I'm just gonna put it like this: when you're composing a beat, it's not about the studio. Forget the $1 million studio equipment. Forget all that, because one thing about technology, everything can be put in this perspective. So once you create a beat outside the studio, you can still put all the instruments and sounds and everything within the studio, and you can make it sound like it came from the studio or like you made it in the studio. You see what I'm saying? So, but it's not, when it comes to sounds and stuff, sounds is that's just, it's just mainly frequencies and how you're putting things together. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to be in $1 million studio to create $1 million beat. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You can be at home, you can be in a garden, you can be at a park, you can be in a parking lot of a grocery store. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, because at the end of the day, you're still gonna have those sounds and stuff. So, and it's all about how you put those sounds together. But you know what I'm saying, when you come inside of a studio, people think that, you know, oh, you made this inside of a studio, make this sound, it makes this, we hear this and da da da. Yeah, it's that's cool, but that's how the composition was made, and it could be made anywhere in the world. It could be made on an airplane, it could be made on a bus. You know what I'm saying? It could be made pretty much anywhere you have your computer at, you know what I'm saying, or your laptop, you know. And then when it comes out, that's the main expression right there. The post production, you know, is you know, how you want things to come out, you know, because a lot of times you might, you know, okay, I have this settled, I have this, and I have this, but then I want to I want to exaggerate this with an echo. I don't want to exaggerate this with more reverb, or I want to, you know, add this this type of effect to it, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you real quick. Speaking on music and different sounds, have you ever went out into nature and say recorded certain sounds and put that or incorporated that into your music?
I've recorded sounds, but I haven't really incorporated a lot of it into my music. Some of it I have, like some rain, like thunderstorms or rains and stuff. I have incorporate that inside my beats as well.
Yeah, because I'm personally going through a little beat that I'm making, and I've been using the sounds of crushing cans. It's a little extra. It's taking some tweaking to get right just the way I want, but it's something different. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the overall completion of that beat.
Right.
Something different. Yeah, you could definitely find inspiration or use anything for sounds or vibrations to incorporate and make that beat just a little bit more better, you know. Even a whistle, believe it or not.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, you can even going towards like catching reverbs. You can go to like where a hollow space building is at, and you can literally record a vocal, or you can record a clap, or you can record a snap, or you can record any kind of sound that you're getting from the residents of that area. And you can catch that, and you can implement that into your music. So I have a lot of like reverbs that people would never get unless you've been to this building that I have been in, or you've been around this building and recorded this resonance, you know, that's been recorded. That would be the only time that you can get it, you know what I'm saying? So that's what, like, a lot of, you know, you have like cathedral hall reverbs, you have hall reverbs, you have plate reverbs, You have all these other reverbs that has these big renaissance of different, you know, spaces, you know, and when you start to, you know, get some of these and you start to put it in you and you start to, you know, translate it back into reverb into your DAW and start to put it on your vocals or put it on your instruments, it gives it a whole different sound. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're creating your own reverb at this point, your own reflection, because that's what a reverb is. It's a reflection. It's when the sound bounces off a different, you know, not a different, but when sound bounces off an object or a wall it's basically enclosed in.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. For me, I call it like echoes. I'm going through so many. It's like I want to get this echo of like a clap and a few other things. I definitely know what you're talking about. And kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's a certain twirl, whoosh sound. Maybe some will understand it like a sound that a wave makes when it clashes. It's some kind of mixture of that, of a twirl, a echo, and a wave clash. I can't explain it really. As you can see, my words are getting tripped up, but yeah.
That's cool. I got you. So a reverb is basically like, and to give an example, you know, when we go into like, say, like a bathroom and we start to, you know, sing our favorite song while we're taking a shower or something, you know, those repeated sounds that you're hearing aren't really repeated sounds. It's basically when you sing, your frequency, the frequency of your voice is hitting the walls, and and that frequency, once it hit a wall or something that is enclosed, it's coming back. So you're hearing the reflection of your vocal. Now a delay is something with an open space, like if you would say like you know the Ricola commercial, Ricola, when he say that it's a big open space.
Mm-hmm.
However, this is something that lasts like it trails. So it's like Ricola, cola, 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 and it dims as it travels. It keeps dimming because it's going further away. So
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm.
yeah, so a reverb is just a reflection that's bouncing off of the walls or the resonance of the room and creating, you know, acoustic space. And your echo is only something that, like, when you say something, it travels after that. You see what I'm saying? Like it keeps going on, or it keeps going on, and it dims, and it keeps going on, and it keeps going on. So your echo is saying, okay, we're gonna echo, we're gonna travel, we're gonna have this repeating. But as we going on, we're gonna have this effect to where it's like it's fading or it's going further away because it's traveling. However, within reverb, it's bouncing off walls right around you and it's coming back to you. So we hear it, and sometimes it seems like it as an echo to repeat itself, but it's not really an echo because it's not kind of repeating itself. It's just hitting a wall and coming back to you.
So it's like,
Go ahead.
so it's like saying that it's an echo. An echo is like a magnetizing force. It gives
way,
that
yes.
push and pull, but also extending like an ongoing echo effect, that twirl, that continuum.
Right, because the echo is not bouncing off of the wall. The echo is traveling and it's going somewhere. It's coming from you and it's going somewhere until there's no sound. So you're gonna have this repeating of hey, 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 until it can't hit no more. So that's an echo, but the reverb is always the resonance around you, because when you speak, it's gonna bounce off a wall around you and come back. So you're gonna hear a reflection of it, but not just but not specifically an echo.
That makes so much sense, and you're giving me so many ideas in my head. So I want to go start making music right now. But yeah, I definitely get what you're saying. Yeah, so it's a matter of space. Like
Yes.
when people are in, like, say, a studio, you're gonna get that close covered echo. Versus when you're outside, it's more of a bounce back. So anything around you, it could bounce off that vibration, that sound, and you'll pick it up through that light wave. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Because the reverb is still in the room, so you're gonna pick up the acoustics of the room, and acoustics are basically the natural sounds in the natural space. You know what I'm saying? So even though we don't hear it, there's sound and there's space in that room.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like your reverb is the one that's gonna bounce back and come back to you so you can hear it, and your echo is the one that travels out and not gonna come back.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But gotta cut this short. Didn't want to get too entangled. When I talk about music, I could go on for hours. But I do got some stuff that I need to get on over here. I got appointments I need to make, and I'm already late. Talking about music, I get chopped up. So yeah. But I did enjoy the chat. I appreciate you for letting me on, Chris. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hope y'all continue to vibe high, stay positive, and don't forget, you can always learn something from yourself and another person, because it's always a mirror reflection of you. So with that, stay easy, and hopefully I'll be able to pop back on again.
All right. Thank you for coming up. Appreciate the conversation. You have a good day and handle your business.
You got it. Actually, no, G. Peace.
Much love, Lady Shay. Keep doing your thing, sis.
You already know, G. Same to you. Same to you. I see you up there doing and holding your channels. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Stay strong. Don't let nobody tell you don't. You already know what it is.
Yes, ma'am. Much love.
All right. Peace, y'all. Take it easy.
Take it easy. What's going on, big bro? How you doing?
All good, brother. You know I'm breathing. I'm good. I said let me tap in. About to hit the streets with the family real quick. Make a quick move. Said let me check in. Much love and respect to you, Chris, my brother. Much love and respect to everybody in the chat. Grand rising, man. All good, family.
And that's what's up, man. Much love to you. Much love to the family. Shout out to wifey. Shout out to the little princess. Salute to all and much love. Yeah.
Appreciate you. No more Niggapeans. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Hey, you already know, man. Hey, I mean, you already know there's a big list. If you want to add to the list of Niggapeans, you can let us know who the Niggapeans you want. You know, you already know what it is.
Yo, what's good?
DJ in the building. What's happening, Brody? How you doing?
What's good,
How
my
about
brother?
you, brother? Was that Philly?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's big, bro.
Oh, there
Much
we go.
love.
What's good, Philly? That was cool to hear a sister talk about beat making and her music.
That part.
That's a rarity that should be a more frequent, if you ask me.
Yep. That's why I wanted to tap in with her, and I wanted to, from producer to producer. I want to, ask her questions on, just music and, how she do things and not even going according to, just music theory or anything itself. Just how do you do things? You know what I'm saying? And she answered everything very well. She was like, I don't go by music theory. And I was like, well, shit, I don't either. I just know the keys and shit. Long as I'm staying in key, I'm good.
That's all I use it for too. I don't care about any of the rest of it. I'm just curious about it.
Right. I kill the whole law of music theory is fucking bullshit because I try its expertise at all times. I go from sharps to flats to naturals, and motherfuckers be like, "Oh, well, that's not the same key." No, actually, you can make it the same key.
Yeah, you can pitch bend that shit too, back and forth.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm good. Go ahead. You speak.
Yeah, no, it's like I feel like music theory is just a law of uniformity where people who don't have a profound, deep historical background in music like to create a uniform measure of movement so that they can emulate having musical rhythm. And then there's us ancient people who operate on pentatonic scale. We only use it for key reference, but we're going outside of the normal key range any fucking who. And the shit that we do always produces a vibration that is unique.
Yep, exactly. Because that's why I specifically we just wanted to talk to, because she's with nature. She deals with nature. I deal with nature myself.
Same.
And there's been a major difference from sitting outside on a park bench and creating a beat than inside a fucking $2 million studio making a beat. And I'm gonna let y'all know the $2 million studio is gonna lose.
Every time.
That's just me, because now, because you got to think about it, when even as a producer, you mentally engage in now what compressors I'm gonna use, what EQs I'm gonna use, what I'm gonna do this and what I'm gonna do. When you're out in nature, you're not worrying about shit.
Exactly.
You're not worrying about how this is gonna go. You're not even worrying about anything. You're just worrying about, is my shit sonically gonna be put together and it's gonna sound cohesive?
That part. Yeah, I got a young producer up in my house right now on the fucking gear. He's just in there doing his thing. Got a nice view of nature and shit.
Yeah, because even when I went to school, I would be on my lunch break with my laptop just making beats, and then I'll come back to class and motherfuckers be like, "Nigga, when you did that?" I was like, "Nigga, I did that shit like fucking 10 fucking minutes ago, dude."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What the fuck is, nigga? How do you come with some shit?" I'm like, bro, like, you waste your time. I don't.
From within, I listen from within. I'm not listening to theory from without. I'm listening to the sound that wants to come out from within. It's funny to me how that it's like elusive to people who practice music theory. They can't hear their own sound.
Yep.
I noticed that when I got into DJing too. I was like, oh shit, like most of these DJs, they don't actually have their own sound.
Nope.
At all.
They go according to BPM and genre. That's it.
Well, and most of the DJs I know, they just go on hits. The BPM and the genre, they throw that together afterwards. They're just trying to find all the hits so they can get that fucking money. I'm just like, fuck that shit. Like, this is an art form for me. It's not about the money.
Exactly.
Like, I'm trying to create a fucking harmonious vibration outside of mainstream Medusa bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a snake charm music fan. You know what I mean? With those repetitive algorithmic beats that are like snake charmer music.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I like to give people something different, something new, and something coming from, you know, my creativity. And just even by that itself, it just be like, nigga, how did you put these notes together? And so it's like, even when I was in school, I was like, the teachers was just like, nigga, like, how the fuck did you motherfucking come up with this? So this is why, like, I'm still, you know, in communication with the teachers, because the teachers wanted to learn from me.
Yep.
And I'm not gonna give them all the secrets, but I'm gonna tell them, you know, a little bit. You're like, bam, 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 bam. You could put me on some shit. You could hook me up. You can give me some connections. Bam, bam, bam. And this is how I got a lot of connections with
That's
people
dope.
who's actually, you know, in the industry that's done music with this person or done music with this person. I don't care if it's rock. I really don't motherfucking care. Any type of producer that comes in front of your face, if you haven't learned from them, they're not a fucking producer. Point fucking blank. If they can't teach you anything, it's not a fucking producer. And all the teachers that came up in front of me within that school, they was like, yo, this is my credits, this is this, bam, bam, bam. How about, you know, we have a session and we can do this. And so at any time when I came in that session, they were just like, do you. And every time I came and I did me, these motherfuckers is like, wow. And I'm just like, hold on, bro. You've been doing this shit longer than me. How the fuck I got you wowzers right now? But it's just the way that I do my own shit, just like the way that they do their own shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like any other artist that expresses themselves and you know, have that capability, you know, just to put it out in their own way. And that shit's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Well, your beats, they don't, how do I say this? There's more than just the stereotypical 3 transition points. Like you and the way you introduce sounds into your beats is unique.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that.
And then just the overall timbre of your recording is very specific. Like, I can tell your music from everybody else's. It has a specific timbre to it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know how else to say that. It's just very specific, and like no one will ever be able to make beats on that exact frequency you make. It's something I've noticed about your stuff. A lot of the cats I've met on YouTube, very unorthodox approach to things, I guess you could say.
Right.
But anything unorthodox is always the best, in my opinion, because it's spontaneous.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And the thing is, like, I had, like, when I first started, like, really orchestrating my beats, the main thing was I want to be different from everybody else. I want to have my own sound. I want to have this. I want to have that. I want to create this. I want to create that. So when you know, like, it's me, it's fucking me. You know what I'm saying? It's not anybody. It's not no DJ Mustard. It's not, you know, it's not this person or this, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I want, like, when you hear chriscyphaz, you're gonna hear chriscyphaz. Not just even by the tag, not even just by my voice, because I may have not even produced that. But when even as a artist as well, like, I want you to know that when I did this, this was me and this was nobody else. Point blank. That's just me. And I guess, you know, like, I had like, even my first producer, he always told me, like, he was like, bro, a lot of your beats sound alike. And I was like, I know that. But I don't think he was getting that I was trying to find my sound at that point. Because he probably thought that I already had my sound.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
He was distinguishing something that could be considered as your sound, but that's completely different as an observer versus being the artist yourself.
Exactly.
It's like, just because somebody else sees something doesn't mean you do.
Exactly. And even him, by coming out and be like, this beat sound like the last 3 beats you fucking made. And I'm like, oh, all right, bet. I'm gonna create something different. So I would just come totally different the next time I would make a beat. And I'm like, all right, what do you think about this? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it just made me, it kind of molded me to
Be more spontaneous.
Yeah.
Those are the best producers I've ever met.
Yeah.
Spontaneous producers who could just sit down and fucking just slap something together, and you're like, wait, it's only been 15 minutes, bro. Say what?
Yep. And the crazy thing is, he's one of those producers. Like me and him, like we've done tracks and everything together. And when he bring out a beat, because me and him would be on the phone and we'll have beat battles, bro. Like it came to that point, like we would have beat battles. He was like, all right. He's like, all right, I like that shit you sent me. Trust me. He's like, I got something for that. And I'm like, what you got for that? He'll play a fucking beat, and I'll be like, oh shit. Okay, you blew me out of the box. All right. Well, I got something else in my arsenal. So check this out. And we'll just be going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So he really conditioned me. He was actually one of the only producers to still at this point to this day condition me, because we would still call each other and be like, nigga, what you been working on? I was like, nigga, yo, I got some fire, bro. And he'd be like, let me listen to it. I'm like, all right. I'll let him listen to it. He was like, all right, that shit was fire. I can't motherfucking lie. He was like, I got something that'll match with that. Check this shit out. And so he'll throw his shit out. And I just like, oh, okay. You trying to be on a fucking album. I see what the fuck you trying to do right now. But it's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just, you know, that's just how we attack things, or how we react to some things. You know what I'm saying? Because we producers, because it's either we're gonna try to match on that level, or we're gonna try to go above that level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And with me and him, that's really how it's been. Even with a lot of the other producers I've been with, that's just how it's been. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. So this other bullshit that these motherfuckers be doing, you know, like, oh, I got this like this, I got this tight beat, or I got this fucking goddamn. And I'm like, man, get the fuck. First of all, I don't make a beat for an artist. I get inspired by a sound, and I may be like, okay, I'll work on something, and maybe I'll be like, you know, it'll fit this artist. That's cool. But is it specifically for this artist? Nah. So I would never come out with like a Drake type beat. I would never come out with a Soulja Boy type beat. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I heard that.
Cause it's sometimes like, even when I hear things, one tick, one sound do it for me. It don't have to be a whole melody. It don't have to be anything else. It could just be that one little sound, that one little tick, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make a whole little different beat from that. What the fuck you talking about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard that. I be sampling jazz like that, because there's so many fucking dope ass drum solos in like old jazz that it's like, that is hard. Like, how do I switch this up and turn this into something else? Because this is hard as hell.
Mm-hmm.
And the drum machines don't even fucking compete to that aborigine on a drum sound, bro.
Hell
like I got
no.
this homie Juju Beats.
Uh-huh.
This nigga will destroy your drum machines. That bitch will burn up before this big ass nigga done playing. He looked like a bowling ball, but when he gets on a drum set, he has unlimited energy. Straight up Energizer battery, and this motherfucker can play drums at like 120 beats per minute on the drums for real all day long.
All day. I
done seen him in the studio for fucking 3 months back to back. Only took 2 days a week off, and was up in there for 6 hours just at it. It was a head fuck for me.
Damn. Yeah, I've seen, man. I've seen like after I got out of high school, I really started seeing like drummers for who they really are.
Right?
Because I was like,
Amazing.
fucking amazing, bro.
Amazing people, man.
Bro, like one of my homies is like, he was like, nigga, I see you putting in work. He was a class above me in the same school I was in. But he saw that I was one of the only dudes in my class or only artists in my class that was consistently in the studio day in, day out. When we have to work, like we will run into each other and be like, hey, nigga, what you working on? He was like, no, I'm working on this track, I'm like, I bet. I wouldn't say anything more until he tell me, I don't know, I'm working on this track and I need a feature or whatever the case may be. If it was that, then I would inquire, be like, all right, nigga, I'm here, nigga, what's good? But if he didn't say that, he was just like, yo, I'm working on this track, Hey, let me know if this drum roll good. Let me know if this good. Let me know if this, I'm like, all right, bet. So I just come through, I listen. I'm like, yo, that's just fucking dope.
It's hard.
And when I see him on his shit, I was just like, bro, you fucking dope as fuck. I don't think you realize how dope you are, but bro, you really fucking good. You know what I'm saying?
Drummers, in my experience, drummers never really know how badass they are.
Exactly.
There's no competition for them anywhere. There's no There's no contrast for comparison. Like I said, a beat machine and a drum machine isn't shit.
Yep.
Like really, when you really hear somebody get like, bruh, my boy Juju, he would come in, he would put on any fucking track you could imagine and start slapping those sticks to it, and before you knew it, the radio song just turned into a life of its own, and it was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep. No.
Mind-boggling. And he only used it for timing. And he could play at any fucking BPM. It was like, damn.
Yep. That's how drummers is. Cause drummers when they set they hearts on being the heart. They are the heart of the beat. Point blank. If it's not following the drum, what the fuck is going on?
Pretty much. Yeah, because the drum beat that changes your heart rate. When you're listening to any music, it's what gets you pumped.
Exactly.
I mean, bass ain't really nothing but a goddamn deep note.
It's a drum.
Yeah.
Bass is a low sine signal of a drum. That's all it is. So you take a fucking sine signal and you can, which is actually a drum signal, and you can turn it low. And the lower it gets, the more bass it adds. This is how they came up with 808s. They came up with 808s from a sine signal. So,
sine waves.
Yep, sine wave. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So understand how the trap beats or how trap even came into play. Because without that low bass or 808s, trap is not going to be trap. Now they tell you trap is more sine signal or synth signal or synth waves or all those two main parts of sounds, but nah.
And secondly, trap is incomplete music.
Exactly.
It's literally incomplete music. Like I'm kind of for it because the younger generation isn't listening to music theory, but I'm also kind of not for it because they need to understand enough music theory to finish the beat. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be different if they were playing silence. Then I would feel it hardcore. But they never play silence in it. And I'm just like, well, how are you doing this if you're not going to play the silence? If you don't emphasize the silence between each note, then what is this?
Exactly.
You've either got to add your fucking mids and your highs in here, or you've got to fucking go the other way with it. But where it's at, it's just like, I mean, I can throw a trap beat up on my fucking DJ gear and I can mix anything to it. Like even fucking synthwave. Because it's incomplete.
It's incomplete. Yeah, exactly. And Like fam, like anybody can create an 808 bass. All you need to do is put a compressor on that bitch.
Yep.
When you put a compressor on that bitch and you extend the fucking release, because that's all it is, you have a longer end.
Yep.
The deeper the sound is, the longer end, and you extend that with the release of the compressor, and so now you get so instead of getting that thump, you don't get a thump, you get a boom.
Yep. It's the Yeah, you get
So
like a 3 second, 5 second extension.
Yep.
You know, on the release, it's like holding the fuck, what's it called? The pedal, the reverb pedal on your keys.
Exactly.
You know, holding that bitch for 3 to 5 seconds, then letting off. It's basically what it is.
Yep. And all that is a compressor.
Yep.
That's it. That's all it is. So that's how they created the 808. You know what I'm saying? So the 808 is and the thing is, like, I love bass, but I love bass to put bass in its place to not to control a lower frequency of other people, because that's what bass is actually doing. Everybody loves bass. Everybody fucking love bass. You love that lower end.
Makes your heart jump. How could you not?
So that's why, like, you, if anybody hear like a lot of my like beats with bass in it, it's the bass is not going to be the main thing. Now it's going to carry, of course, it's going to hold and it's going to carry the rest of the sounds, but the rest of the sounds and the conglomerate of sounds that I'm putting together is going to mesh with that bass.
Yeah.
So you won't have to be optical on that low end, because I don't want you to be on a low frequency.
I heard that. Check it. I got a couple of tracks I made that the bass has 2 different frequencies.
Yeah.
So if it's the standard measurement, you can just, you know, in other words, how do I say this? It's set up so that there's a hidden bass frequency.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the initial bass frequency you hear, like you hear in any hip hop music, right? But then if you're in a studio and you can actually play with your subwoofer and extend that frequency, there's a whole other fucking bass note in there that normal people can't hear on their home theater system or in their car and shit. I like the high bass frequencies.
The high bass,
I hide that shit. It's dope as fuck.
So basically, you have a doom, ding, boom, boom, boom. Those bing, boom, boom. That high bass that go up, that's the high bass that we're talking about. And that's been implemented into with the low bass. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll hide the low bass and play the high bass. And it's like you got to play with your studio gear to get that low bass note.
Yep.
But that low bass note I'll put in there, that shit's like thunder.
Yep.
The shit will fucking like rattle the whole damn windows in my studio when I turn that shit on.
Not even just that. Even when that whole compilation comes, when they hit that high fucking, but when they switch to octave, a lot of people don't even know they switching the octave on the bass, and that's the same note that the damn bass is, that the same bass is being carried. So that main bass that's right there, they'll just go up a whole octave and give you a whole dynamic value of that bass, and still stay on key, and give you maybe like 2 or 3, 4 notes, depending on how, you know, how they implementing it.
Yep.
But as long as it's on key and it comes back, that shit is fucking amazing.
Yep.
And you know, that bass is very powerful, because bass don't really just sit down in your root chakra. Bass actually forms from your root, your sacral, and your in the other low chakra as well.
The gut. Yep. Even your thorax.
Yep.
Like I mean, a good bass note will actually,
Mm-hmm.
in my experience, I could feel that shit rattle all of my chakras.
Yep.
You know, if you mix those high and low bass notes correctly, like that shit can hit your, especially if you do so. How do I say this? Like if you introduce it hard on the one,
Mm-hmm.
and then switch it up at the crescendo, and switch it up at the final measure, it'll do things to you.
Yep.
It'll make you feel some kind of way.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
Be all depressed and shit, and fucking 5 minutes later you're like amped. You're about ready to hit the gym.
Yep. Exactly. Man, I'm saying. It's a powerful tool within music, and this is the reason why a lot of the songs that's coming out now have that same effect on what's going on. You know what I'm saying? If they need you to be in your lowest chakra, but they want a little I mean, they don't want you to fully be there. They're gonna put some dynamics in there so you can really understand what's really going on. But when you listen to it emotionally or attention wise, they're gonna trap you, aka trap music.
Yep. It's like I don't know, trap music reminds me of the fucking ghost catching machines from fucking Ghostbusters.
Yeah, exactly.
Something about it, it just fucking, it like traps you in this low mental vibration. Like an agitated state, but you don't exactly know why, but you're agitated.
Right. So like music sonically wise is in between from your root chakra to your solar plex chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Where your bases are at, and even the base for the vocals are more in the solar plex chakra. I'm sorry, sacral areas, and then you get to your midtones, which is your heart chakra, and then you get to your mid-high tones, which is your throat chakra, and then you get to your high tones, which are your third eye and your crown chakra.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where mostly like a lot of the high end of the vocals sit.
Hey, you know who Flatbush Zombies are?
Yes.
Their shit. That's they have some dope ass fucking beats. They have some dope producers that do a lot of their music.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to them a little bit more. Shout out to God Body in the building. Come up, fam. Hit that link.
Just the harmonics they imply in their music is fucking dope. And then I love the way that like AK the Savior will sample like some 70s Japanese jazz or some shit, and it's just like, say what?
Damn.
At the end of the track, shit makes you feel some kind of way because it was just a hard ass beat, and then it switches to this R&B jazz feel from the 70s that's so natural that it just like nigga, that shit make me go and fucking roll a fat ass doobie. I'm just like, damn, that was fucking chill.
Yeah, and now, I mean, and the crazy thing is, like for me, like I've been dabbling into jazz lately, like for the past maybe like 4 or 5 months.
Yo,
that's a whole fucking different
world. It's a whole other world. Whole other world.
Yep.
With a lot of amazing drummers in it too.
Yes.
All the musicians in that world are just off the hey man, my favorites lately, it would be Alpha Mist and Bobby McFerrin.
Oh man,
Bobby McFerrin, that
that's
brother, his harmonics are fucking goddamn.
all I'm gonna say is when you dabble into music, one thing you need to do if you see things as genres, because me as a musician and a producer, I don't do genres. I do music. You know what I'm saying? But for
Yep.
anybody who see genres as different things, I would say if you're into creating music, anything, just like Lady Shay, dabble into jazz.
Yep.
Jazz will like you talking about ideas. Nah, shit.
Bruh.
All right. Listen to a 4/8 track or listen to a 6/8 tempo track.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gonna give you more ideas than you even think of. You're
If
just
it
like,
doesn't,
hold on.
if it don't give you an arrhythmia first.
Right. That part.
Because if you grew up listening to trap and shit, your heart's gonna be feeling funny. You're gonna be like, wait, what is this feeling? What's going on? Right? I literally had niggas in the hood like be like, what's going on right now? I'm like, it's called a jazz vibe, bro. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, love of music brings a whole different vibration versus love of money and hype.
Yep. Because I'm telling you, when you go into these different time measures and time signatures and things that's different from the norm, now you get to understand what really jazz is.
Mm-hmm.
And the crazy thing is, if you don't know what jazz is not like hip hop where you can go into a studio, you can put shit together and you can da 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 da. No, these motherfuckers are coming together as instrumentalists.
Yep.
Instrumentalists. And literally coming together and saying, what's the key? All right, bet. We all
and
got
that's all they need.
That's all they need.
Yep.
We got a set key and we gonna roll from that. Soon as they start, it goes on from that.
There's a set key and a set tempo, and you can go out as far as you want as long as you come back to that set key and that set tempo.
Yep.
And that's what makes jazz so unique, is because it's like the majority of it is experimental.
Mm-hmm.
There's
it's
jazz,
just
spontaneous.
All jazz can't be recreated.
Nope.
These hip hop little fucking beats and shit, you can recreate these motherfuckers any motherfucking day of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But jazz, that's gonna be a little bit something different. So
Facts.
like, and that's where these, time signatures or time measures are gonna come into different play. So a lot of people think, oh, this is this and this. Wait, you don't know that some of these time measures are not 4/4. Majority of the normal shit is 4/4.
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't know if anything was 4/6 or 4/8 or 6/8 or 6/4 or whatever the case may be. So that's where a lot of the that's why I encourage people to take some music theory class, not more of the instrument, more of staying on key and timing. Because if you get the concept of timing and if you get the concept of keys and staying in keys, that's all you fucking need. And you can just go off how you fucking feel. You can pull up to any keyboard and do anything that you want. You can pull up to any DAW and do what you want. And that's what music is about.
You know what the funnest time I ever had DJing was when I was doing it with a live keyboardist. I got this homie who teaches music. He teaches. He's a virtuoso. He plays 13 different instruments, but he teaches at the embassy. So I forget exactly how we ended up meeting up. A mutual friend of ours was opening a barber shop, and we both went down there to perform.
Mm-hmm.
And it was dope as fuck. And we just started. This was before all the pandemic shit. We spent like 4 months where, you know, he would come over to my house a couple of days a week and we would just fucking get it in and practice, you know, and he was teaching me the fundamentals of jazz while we're learning how to combine DJing and live music together. It was fucking raw, bro. We got like, there were a couple of nights we had $1,000 in tips.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. Because it's
that's a good night right there.
Right? Because I don't play. I'm not a normal DJ. Like, I can play the gear like it's an instrument. Because I grew up playing in marching bands and shit. So I have, you know, I played trumpet, trombone. I played violin for 13 years.
French horn.
I played in the drum line for 6 years.
Oh yeah,
so
you on it. You got the brass down packed.
Yep. Love brass. That's my foundation, is in brass marching bands. But it was dope as fuck just being able to play with a live keyboardist. And I started wondering, I was like, what the fuck is it? Like, why isn't all this shit combined on the same stage? Why you know what I'm saying? Why am I not up here with a beat, with a live drummer, a live saxophonist, a live trumpeter, and somebody who's spitting the flow all at the same time?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the future of this shit, is recombining the digital with the natural to get back to the fundamentals.
And that's what jazz still trying to keep alive, but motherfuckers trying to keep hip hop, rap, and trap and all this other bullshit. I'm like, man, y'all motherfuckers don't even know.
Y'all tripping.
Y'all tripping.
Tripping
for real.
Cutting half your potential out, if not more.
Exactly.
Like 80%. 80% of your damn potential, you just cut right the fuck out by trying to get rid of jazz. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
I mean, do y'all even know who the fuck Jay Dilla is?
That part.
You know what I'm saying? If you did, you would be like, wait, what? You know, I mean, have you not heard the Books of War by MF Doom?
Or let's just say somebody like Guru.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
These and the crazy thing is these guys came from the age where sampling was the shit.
Mm-hmm.
And they sample because these samples that they had brought different elements to rap and hip hop. And we was making a name for that. And this is in the early 90s. This is why literally why the copyrights came into play.
Yep. Because they were trying to steal jazz. And when we started sampling our shit back and reintroducing it into hip hop, because hip hop is the great grandchild of blues and jazz. Yeah. So when that shit got reintroduced into it, they're like, all right, they sampled an Italian fucking jazz artist. Now we're going to copyright this shit.
Yep.
You know, and that's where shit gets fucked up, because then your DJs, who were the original promoters, they're limited to only sampling, 1 to 4 measures, which just destroys everything. So then they inadvertently basically turned DJs into producers.
Facts.
Trying to get rid of DJs while they have DJs overseas. I mean, this shit is crazy. Like, I got an invite to the Boiler Room in London like 2 years ago. I didn't even fucking reply.
Damn.
Because I'm like, I don't want to be in I don't want to be in Britain, like at a radio station's beck and call. Like, that's not what I'm about. Like, I'm just about fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'm just about expressing myself. I'm not trying to get all this clout and all this stupid shit for a bunch of people I'm never going to meet that don't live in my fucking part of the world. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I love music. Music has saved my life more times than I can count. I will never betray that. If it weren't for good music, shit, I would be miserable. I'd probably be dead, in all honesty. Oh, actually, I know I would. There's no way in hell.
That part, I don't even think miserable would even.
No, I would be a dead
the
man.
words that I would be going through, like, without music, right?
Just the depths of sorrow that I've experienced, and the way that music has just lifted me up. when I couldn't walk no more. Lift music, literally, when I broke my back, music inspired me and got me on my feet again. When the doctors were like, "You'll never walk again," and I was like, "Oh, really? Watch me, just watch me."
Even when I first came out to Cali, because like I came out to Cali on a limb. I didn't come out like I came out with a plan, but I wasn't more planful as I was now. But when music started to touch down and start to doing some shit for me, oh, that was a motherfucking mind opener right there. And I was just like, no, I gotta stay in this networking game. I gotta stay in this da 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 da, whatever the case may be. Cause I've seen some shit in music literally either brung me above it, made me see it for what it was, or brung me to a point where I created something and made me let it go.
Yep. Yep.
And that's all I can really say about like music. Music saved my lives in many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Many different ways. Just
My
and the thing is
sanity.
like me, like when people ask me shit, like I tell them like I'm not like they might see me as a producer, and that's cool. I don't deteriorate how people see what the fuck is going on or whatever the case may be. And at the same time, yeah, I am a producer, but when I knock it down, I'm like, yo, I'm a sound producer. I love sounds. I mean, I'm not talking about just a clap or a synth or instrument or a keyboard. No, I'm talking about down to the beat, down to the percussion, a little tick, a
Yeah.
little anything, like down to the sound
You know what I
itself.
love? I love it when you throw some xylophones or some shit into a hard ass beat and just
Right.
take it to an ethereal realm where it's like a smorgasbord of sound because you've got the whole fucking range.
Mhm. Xylophones are fucking amazing, man.
They
That's
are.
besides drums and percussion, xylophones are my shit. Xylophones and um rim um rim snares or
Mm-hmm.
rim snares.
Yeah,
Rim
rim
snares
snares. Yeah, yeah.
are my shit.
That
Like
shit is popping.
I used to love snares, but I was just like, nah, man, them rim shots. Them rim
Rim shots.
shots
Yep.
are my shit because rim shots could give you so much. It could give you the jazz. I mean, the original jazz field do rim shots.
Mm-hmm.
So out of that, you can have, your heartfelt songs. You can have a jump off song. You can have a bass beat knocker with a fucking rim shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can have a pop song with a rim shot. Like there's so many songs that you can have just with the like a rim shot itself.
Yep.
And I'm just like, trap can't do this because it can't. Trap needs snares.
Yep.
You can do trap with rim shots. You can do a lot of shit with rim shots, but when it
It
comes
needs
to
snares.
it needs snares.
Mm-hmm.
It needs synths
Mm-hmm.
and shit like that. You know what I'm
Totally
saying?
incomplete.
It needs bass. So if you don't have those like three components, it's gonna seem a little bit weird unless you built it to sound that way.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody know music is my shit. I love creating. I love making beats, chords, whatever it is.
Chord progressions.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
it's making a sound, I love it. and I'm gonna create something. I'm gonna create nothing to something. Point blank. Nothing to something. Every time I touch this keyboard, I'm creating nothing to something.
Nice. What kind of keyboard you got?
Let me see. I got a Nectar. I got
Nectar?
I got a LX61.
That's what's up. I forget what model mine is. It's a Novation.
Oh, Novations are dope.
Yeah, this one, I'm forgetting the model. Let me fucking.
Yeah, Novations are super fucking dope.
Yeah,
and they hella compatible. So
yep, Novation.
I fucks with Novation.
The Novation Launch Key 61.
Oh shit! I had a fucking goddamn Novation Launch Key 49.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this shit's I had that one last. That was my last model. I upgraded to the 61.
That was actually my first keyboard that I had. My first 49 that I had bought in school, because in school they didn't give us, but they had us working on the 25.
Mm-hmm.
On a 25 key, and I was like, I need more room than I could work with this, but I need more room. So that's when I went to the 49. I went to the Novation 49, and I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm fucking with that shit.
Yep.
And
yeah, the 61 is fucking sweet though, bro.
Yeah. Do it have drum pads?
Yeah, has everything.
I know exactly.
You can pitch bend. You can.
Yeah.
Do everything.
I know exactly which one you got, because that's exactly the one I was gonna go to. But I end up getting a Nectar because it had the Impacts had more drum pads.
Got it. Yeah. That shit's crucial. I have my DJ gear though, so I don't need that. And like I said, I play my shit, right. So I'll make part of the beat and I'll throw it in the fucking DJ gear and I'll just randomly add whatever I want and layer it, playing it in time.
Right.
You know, so I didn't, I went, I didn't go the cheaper route, but I just went with something I knew.
Yeah, because damn near any 61 keyboard is not fucking cheap. It's
nope.
So no.
Shit, I still got my 14 key fucking keyboard from high school.
See,
that's battery operated and shit.
Yep. It's not MIDI control, like the
non-MIDI. Yeah, I remember. I would have to plug that bitch into a fucking tape player that was a recorder and have headphones off of that bitch in the CR6 jack, so I could actually hear what the fuck I was doing.
Yep. That's damn.
Okay. Yeah, but it was my little like portable rig. This shit was dope.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go sit in a park somewhere and just slap on the keys and make some shit.
Right. Yeah, Novation is very dope. Even the feel of the keys is very smooth and everything. So when you're actually playing the keys, that shit
feels weighted.
Yeah.
Yep.
All I'm gonna say is Novation. They shit is timeless. Like if you're even inspiring producer and you're just working at, if you can't do nothing with innovation, that's your fault.
Good luck. Good luck.
Because let me have innovation in front of me. It's gonna be a wrap for the keys, because I'm going straight to keys.
Yeah, because I'm not trying to replay some classical. Like, I'm trying to make a beat. Right. It's a whole different goddamn thing. People think they got to be able to play classical or some shit in order to make beats. It's like, nah. You just need a basic understanding of music theory and what you like. And basic rhythm. That's it.
Yep. Because I could show you some shit where, I was on them keys and motherfuckers like, all right, nigga, them keys are dope. But I can show you some shit with less keys and you be like, nigga, that shit's better. And I'm like, hold on. You can't be on both right now. it's different at this point, nigga. I say either or, nigga. Which one? You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, it's all on how you work. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to know every fucking single part of music theory or every single part of this. Once you get the basic foundation of it, you can create your own foundation. Like literally at that point, you can create your own foundation.
Yep. In fact, it kind of hurts you the more you know about theory and how to supposedly properly do it, because it's like that takes away from your creative faculties.
Yep.
Your spontaneous creative faculties.
You'll be stagnant into staying to those keys or staying to, you know, those small little arithmetics that you're doing or whatever it taught you to fucking do. So you're not expanding your mind and going off of how you feel or going of what you know to create. You're just gonna create shit according to what you know, and that's bullshit.
Yep.
That's why I ask people like what do you know about this? What do you know about this? And it's not really about what they know. It's just trying to feel on what they're creating, what you're trying to create, how you're trying to create it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to use the full nuances of fucking music theory. As long as you know the time base, as long as you know the fucking key, those are the main two things that you know. You don't have to know exactly all or every know what you fucking goddamn doing. If you know the basics, you're gonna be good at that regardless. But it's how you put it together.
Yep. I feel like your ability to improve is strictly based on your lack of negative self-assessment and judgment.
Yep.
You know, if you feel like you aren't improving and you vocalize that, then you're not improving.
Yep. Because a lot of people don't know, like these main, like the main mastering guys or the main like mixing guys, they're not going off fucking goddamn music theory. They're going off of the feel of the song.
Yep, intuition.
So it's not always about music theory. It's not all about, oh, I gotta hit the right key at this point. Majority keys should be right.
Yep, because at a certain point it gets into Ohm's law, you know, because all this shit's gonna be performed somewhere, and there's gonna be a sound engineer that needs to set up the equipment. You know, whoever's performing, they're gonna have to have their sound check. So shit has, you get what I'm saying? It goes beyond music theory. Way beyond, because like you said earlier, it gets into sine waves and different sound signatures, and even the Hashimoto experiment and how sound waves affect water, and you're 73% water. So if it's too harsh, you get tense. If it's too loose, you get bored. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And at this point, like for me, you know, knowing what I know, if we haven't started to create our own fucking different keys now, we're failing in music. We're failing in sound. They have like seven and 9 main keys right now. That's like that world country music is going. I mean, like world is going by. China, they got theirs. India, they got theirs. Australia, they got theirs. We have ours. Spanish, they got theirs. That's bullshit, because Spanish is coming up off of hip hop right now.
Yep. And all the other places came up off of jazz.
Jazz, exactly.
You know, because when our great grandparents and grandparents went over and played during World War I and World War II, that was their first exposure to this kind of music.
Exactly.
Like, and all they knew was some fucking Edith Piaf. We're going to die. We're going to die. We're all going to die.
And our music is coming off of jazz as well. So
yep, and blues. Like, don't forget rhythm and blues. That E chord, brother.
Yep. And we're the expression of that. So if we're not creating our own keys at this point, it's a fucking problem.
Yep.
I have so many keys that I can fucking play, and motherfuckers be like, oh my God, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I have people who taught me music. Like, when at the point when I'm in school and I started exploding the teacher's mind of what I was doing, I was just like, oh no, I'm cool. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
I got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just started teaching and giving that same nuance to other people as well, who was inspiring to, you know, be producers as well, and trying to help them. And it sucked because I went from a damn near a 30 person class to a fucking 16 person class to a 8 person class to a 6 person class. And it was only 6 people left in the class at the end of the fucking semester. You see what I'm saying? So you know,
that's a large dropout rate.
Right, a large ass dropout rate. So you got a lot of people that's not even understanding it and getting overwhelmed with just the music theory itself, and it's just like it's not really that serious.
No, it's not. Get into the music. Fuck the theory. The theory comes together later.
Yep.
It's like it's applied. It's not theoretical.
Right.
That's the problem.
Shout out to Question Everything in the building. What's going on, brother? Salute.
What's good? Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, when they're learning music, they don't understand that, you know, there's a difference between theoretical and experimental.
Yeah.
And experimental is where it's at. Theory can only be applied to experimentation. Theory can't be applied to theory. You feel me?
Right. Well, a lot of people they try to put themselves under that umbrella of theory, but they don't know that they can bend the theory.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why
you're supposed to.
Right. Reason why you have a note bender.
Yep.
So if you can bend that, that means you have different optical notes that you can play within that theory that you're playing, and you can make your own shit.
Yep. You can even make that bent key the background of your whole track, therefore altering the entire key of the entire track, creating your own sound.
Yep.
You know, then you can double program it into your other buttons and play with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What up, Dreads?
What's good with it, family?
What's good?
We chilling. What up?
Shit, not much, man. Full as hell. It's vibing now, though. That grub got a nigga feeling kind of sleepy, though.
Oh shit! He said he got the food coma. Oh shit!
Man. I'm trying to stay up. Oh, I jumped on the panel. I said I can't. You know what I'm saying? It's too early for me.
No, I feel you. I'll be slapping myself when I have that problem.
Yeah, man.
All right,
well, man.
Well, shit. Maybe I should wake you up a little. Go ahead and put the fam. I know. Are you at home?
Yeah, I'm at the crib.
All right, go ahead and put the family on the shit that you was putting us on last night.
Oh, shit. Which part? Shit, you talking about the Egyptian shit or the flat earth thing?
The never a straight answer, motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, so
nasty shit. Yeah.
So I actually came to this conclusion. I think I might be on to something too, man. I think I might have cracked this. But I think that the whole globe fantasy that they gave us is actually the firmament itself. Because you know the firmament is shaped like a globe. It's round. It's like a half a ball, if you will.
A terrarium. Yeah.
So in 1958, in the encyclopedia, if you go to Antarctica, it states in the encyclopedia that they proved that they found proof of the firmament, man.
Oh
It
yeah.
don't say theory. It don't say they theorizing, and it blatantly say that they found it. Now, mind you, in 1958, that's the same exact year that the Antarctic Treaty was signed.
Yes, sir.
So let's think about it. So they find this firmament, and a few months later, they sign the treaty. All these countries come together, sign the treaty, saying nobody can go near it.
Yep. Well, they found the ends of the earth, the ends of this realm. Yeah.
So now let's look at how they came up with their math, because in the encyclopedia they also break down the mileage, how high it go up, and how wide it is, everything. So what they did was they took the information that they gathered from the firmament and extracted it and created a ball and say, you know what, we're going to just tell them that that's the equations, that's the math of the earth itself. Because if you're telling me that the firmament from the nearest point is 13,000 miles south, right? A half of that's from the ground up. What happens if the firmament is the ball? Instead of having a half a ball, the firmament wraps around our whole entire plane.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So now,
just like us,
right? So now you got 13,000, and if you say it's a whole globe or a ball, not a globe, but you saying the firmament is a ball, you have to multiply that by 2, right? So you got 13,000 up, 13,000 down. That's 26,000 miles.
Yep.
They're telling us right now that the Earth is almost 25,000 miles in circumference. Them numbers are way too close, bro.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is they are giving us a half truth, and I think we all understand that in order for a lie to seem real, they have to put a little bit of truth in it. There you go. Thanks, my brother. Now imagine, you see they say that's 13 from, if you go to the edge from the bottom up, it's 13 miles. In the center, where you see the sun at, they're saying that right there, they speculating though, I think, but they saying that part is more or less like 400,000 miles up. So that bitch is high up though.
The center of the dome.
Yeah, you're talking about North Pole, from the true north, going looking straight up at the sky. You feel me? That's almost 400,000 miles up. So now let's look at that model right there, and you go ahead and wrap the bottom of it too.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That will make a ball. So that's what they did. They took.
I saw this on ayahuasca. I literally saw this, but I saw that there's a whole other world down below as well. There's the world we live on up here, and then when you die, there's the world that mirrors it on the other side, underneath the other half of the dome.
Yep. So I want to give everybody a representation of what he's really talking about. And another way that I can do that is with the toroidal field, with the human.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Let me see. All right, yeah, here we go. Just like this.
Yep.
So with the flat earth, you would just get half of what they're trying to show you. But with this whole thing, you get the whole thing. And this is the whole full globe of what we're trying to say, of what they're measuring.
Yep.
Am I right, Drez?
Yes.
Okay. This is what they would be measuring. Now the thing is, if we are of the earth, I'm not saying the Bible say we're made out of clay, we're made out of dirt, we know we have the elements of the earth, of what the earth consists of. So if we're kind of almost one and the same in a way.
Yeah.
So if we have a full field that's of like this, imagine the land that we're on.
Yep. Well, here's another thought I had recently. What if the center vortex of this that goes from one side to the other is what they call holes in the ozone?
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
because if you look at a like a Tesla coil and the way the electricity moves, it follows this pattern, but it's not consistent.
Right.
Now let me give you another one, so they can have a little bit of visuals, to what I'm talking about. Type in the Mayans cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show
Yes,
you something real
sir.
quick. So this shit been in our
Hold on,
face
say
the
that.
whole time.
Shaboba.
The
Hold
Mayans
on, say.
cosmos. You should see like a Mayan map, like a map of the earth. And go to images. It should pop up. MAYAM, Mayan cosmos. Oh, there go one right there.
Yep, there you go.
See all the way to the right.
This one right here.
Now
No,
y'all
no.
will be able to. Yeah, that's cool. That'll work. That'll work.
Okay.
That's cool. Now, if you look at the
now I
Mayan
see it.
cosmos, everything that I was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means that the ancients already knew what was going on. So when you look at the Mayans cosmos, you see the firmament is an actual globe. It's all the way around.
Yep.
Yep.
So
And
what
all
they
the
did was
astrology and shit's up there.
So what they did was they took the mathematics that they had, and you know how they like to reverse engineer everything. All they had to do was take the math, take the information that they got about the firmament, and they created your globe. That's why people think it's real.
Inversionism.
All
Yeah,
the
man.
equations, all the numbers, the math, it all adds up. It all makes sense to them because it actually matches. It matches. And the only reason why it matches is because they got the information from something real. They just tricked us to believe that the earth in itself is the actual globe or sphere. But it's really the firmament. And if the ancients already knew, so they took the ancient information and just completely just destroyed it and created this brand new fucking, I don't know, this hocus pocus flying globe through space and all this weird shit, man.
Yo, Chris.
Yeah.
Pull up the Mayan calendar. I guarantee you that fits with the Mayan calendar, because the Mayan calendar isn't a calendar, it's an astrolabe. It tells time, it tells
I had a
it's a calendar, it tells you the time, and at the same
I had a
time it's an
charm. I had
astrological
a
chart and a compass.
no, trust me, I had a Mayan calendar charm.
Yeah, bro.
I had a Mayan calendar charm, bro.
Yep.
Like this shit was on some other shit. Like for real.
Yep, it's an astrolabe. It's a clock, a calendar, an astrological chart or key, as well as a compass for navigation. You know, I would say that the Antikythera machine is based off of this technology because it would have multiple rings in the center that can spin. There would be a rod running down the center of this, and everything would be able to spin and be adjusted side to side, like a I Ching dial. This is basically the predecessor to the I Ching dial.
Right.
What that clock showed me is no different from the maps. It showed that you can navigate in a complete circle.
Yep. And it tells me that there are other circular realms outside of our realm in the center, is what it tells me too.
But I don't think nobody know what's really outside of our realm, because nobody can get to it to test it, to test anything, to see anything. You know what I'm saying? So,
I would love to.
We haven't
just to
even,
see it. I would love to.
We haven't even been through the full circumference of our realm here.
Facts. Big facts.
You know what I'm saying?
I've been to 36 different countries, and I will tell you, the more I traveled, the more I realized I ain't seen shit.
Right. I haven't been through that many. I've been through maybe 4 countries, and I still haven't even tapped into what I wanted to tap into yet.
Bruh,
like I know specifically there's more. I know there's more. I don't know. It's just something that it tells me there's more. This was going on because I didn't start traveling just to travel and to say, hey, I wanted to see fucking Germany or Netherlands, or I wanted to see fucking Korea, or I wanted to see Greenland, or I want to see this, or no, I'll travel to these motherfuckers to find out what the fuck is going on because I wanted to talk to the people as well.
I dig it. I traveled because I was a chef and I was fucking sick of people.
And this wasn't no easy feat now, because they was over there for a whole year. Right. So we got to think about this too. Again, when we dealing with like so-called science or dealing with NASA as a whole, they love to use the term. They love to use theories. They love to use beliefs. They love to throw these different terms around to bamboozle the people. But this is one of the few times that you can read something and it says the word proven or proved.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, there is no debate no more. That's it. It's a wrap. I mean, how do you debate Wikipedia? How can a globe earther debate against that?
You can't, because someone else can change the info any old time.
Right.
It's a how do I say this? It's psychological warfare. The first stage of war. Control of information.
Dreads. We had a conversation about this a long time ago, maybe about 2 years ago. But this has always been on my mind. Remember when we went back and we went to like, all right, when these motherfuckers actually came over to Mesoamerica and started taking over shit, right?
Yeah.
And you remember the time I was just like, fuck that. Hold on. How did these motherfuckers know to speak the same language when these motherfuckers came over to the land?
That part.
So this is what I did. Like, I want to deal with this shit. Like, if these motherfuckers like, because this is when they counted us as Latin America. We was Latin America after the 1400s, after these motherfuckers came over here. However, these motherfuckers were so-called Latin and Portuguese and shit over there. So before whoever, Christopher Columbus, I don't give a fuck if it was him, if it was fucking his
Verrazano,
nephew, or who the fuck it was. It could have been Cesar Borgia, aka Jesus. I don't give a fuck. How did you know your Spanish was in correlation with these motherfucking Spaniards over here? Because at that point, Latin wasn't Spanish.
Nope, it was still Latin.
It was still Latin, which reasons why they named us over here Latin America. But Latin America had different names as well. Mesoamerica, because it was Mesoamerica before even Latin America.
Yeah, meso just means middle.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man. I always thought about that, as well. To me, it don't make any sense. I mean, how can a motherfucker communicate even with the enemy if we speak two different languages? We'll never get shit done.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine trying to build a house, just you and one guy, and he only speak African, and you don't understand a lick of African? How the fuck y'all gonna build that house together, man?
This is gonna be a nightmare.
And Drez, the crazy thing is, in every one of their bullshit conquest over here, or whatever they told us in their fucking goddamn poems or stories or whatever the case may be, they always had a translator.
They always had us.
No. These niggas always had a fucking translator. So if you spoke the same language and you came over to the motherfucking goddamn country and y'all spoke the same language, and obviously it wasn't the same language, but you had a translator though. You came prepped with
Who
a
knew?
translator.
Who knew
So that lets
multiple
me know that.
languages?
So that lets me know that y'all motherfuckers been over here before whatever was going on. Because how did you know to bring a translator of the right language?
That part.
Yo.
Yep. Because you could have brought 50 different fucking translators, and the odds of having the right language are virtually impossible.
And apparently,
Motherfuckers spoke the same language, bro.
everybody over there was motherfucking Latin. So you could have brought
Yeah.
any motherfucking body over there to translate anything that was for Spanish. No, it was different Spanish.
Look up dialect continuum.
Oh, I've done that.
Because you know, and then look up the language called the oil or DH wheel HUILLE.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
get in?
I'm gonna look that up real quick. Hold on. What? Get that to me again.
The wheel or the oil, the original language of Europe.
Spell it out. DAHUILLE. Okay.
Yo, peace.
Shout out,
peace,
Blue.
brother. Peace.
What up?
Yeah, man, I'm good still. It's late over here, but I'm always interested in these topics. Peace, Dreads. Peace. I can't even see the other name.
Good, Adrian.
Oh yes, Adrian. Yo, it's Blue.
Oh, it's Blue. Oh, my bad, brother. I can't see your name. That sounds similar.
But yo, yeah, peace to the chat as well.
What's good, Blue?
I'm good still. But yo, just quickly because what you was talking about. See, when I've been around Europe quite a lot, and what I noticed is that what they spoke over there was mainly like a Gaul language. Because you know you've got Portugal and you've got Senegal as well. You know what I'm saying? So remember, it was Galilee as well. So when them people came over, they went to places called like España, which is in Spain. I mean, which is in South America. They had to learn. They left with names like French and things like that. They became people like the Franciscans, which is San Francisco. Because when they first came over, yeah, because
and
also
they called it
well,
the Golden State off mining gold over in that area.
right. I remember the word "san," like it comes from like the word sanctuary. It means like to them coming over to the Americas was like the Eden. You know what I'm saying? Everything was there. And also remember the story of the Moors. They spoke Arabic.
Yep.
They were Castiles and Basque and Andalusians. They weren't Spain then. They weren't even Portugal.
Nope.
Or it might have been a port of Gaul. Yeah, it might have been Portugal, but they weren't speaking Latin.
Nope. Here, let me drop this. I found
Portugal.
It's actually
Portugal is actually barely Latin. That's a whole different swing. Even the people that speak Latin, they have to speak a different dialect to Portugal, to people that's Portuguese, because it's a whole different, like Latin and Portuguese are not synonymous. I hope people know that.
No, they're not. But neither is, because remember, you've got Latin and then you've got the Hispanic or the España. So they came and took that. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the transgression of like the language or the lingo of like Latin, it's become English, and people had to come to the Americas to learn English.
Well, and it's English is the hardest language in the world to learn because it has heterograms, which are repeating words like "he could lead if he could get the lead out," kind of shit.
Yeah,
You follow me?
homophones. Yeah, homonyms and homophones.
Homonyms and antonyms and heteronyms is what that's called.
Yeah,
you know, that's
idioms,
a heteronym.
yeah,
It's a very specific thing that is only in America.
Yeah, it's needed because the Europeans, so obviously them coming over, they had to distinguish their way of saying certain things. Because remember, to us, to the American, like it's like I say, video is to see in Latin, audio is to hear. But they've took that, and now you listen with audio with ears and see video with
eyes.
Your eye. But we recorded that with you know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a you know, even when they say, like, if you say X, it's spelled in Latin EKS.
Yep. X.
Like
Yep.
we say Quan, it's with KW.
Yep.
So
Yep. No
that
QU,
you know what I'm
but
saying?
KW. Yep.
Exactly.
You know, and then your V's are pronounced as W's. So like service would be servu.
Well, we didn't see. They couldn't. V was because V was there.
Yep. And
They used as a
and
U
W
because
was
they didn't have the
ours.
U. Yeah,
Yep.
because they
They
didn't have the
the
U
U or the W.
until
Yep.
until the late 1700s when they started having to, you know.
When they invented German.
Yeah.
Yep, when they invented the German language out of the Gallo-Roman languages and basically claimed that that English is a German-based language when they don't even speak German, they speak Deutsch. Nobody
Yeah.
speaks German. I mean, they call it Deutschland. I've been like 6 times.
Yeah, I've been there
You
a
know,
few
they
times
say
as well.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Yeah.
DJ, what did you want me to show on this page?
I was just putting it in there for you. The original dialect continuum of Europe, the oil. Which is interesting because if you do your history on like the Marash and the olives in that area, they come from the Americas. So, you know, you there's your history of so-called Moorish people, you know, and then you look at the
I
original
already know that.
pantheon, you know, the southern Scythian god Mars was a god of farming, not a god of war.
Right.
Eris was a
But-
female goddess of war and
check
mischief.
this
So
out.
you think
Check this out.
English
Check
is
this
like
out.
a mud language?
The Moors don't come into play until after the 600.
Yep, during the Justinian plague.
So hold on.
Yep.
We gotta understand a lot of things came into play during the 600. You had Arabs fucking come into play, which they were Berbers at first, and that's the name where they came from, and that wasn't even in the beginning.
And they have their own calendar too, by the way.
Yep. They do.
And their year, it's like 3290 right now.
They have their own belief and all that other bullshit.
And then all of the Arab nations, they all go by the Gregorian calendar.
But the Arabs are still not even like
a thing yet.
They're not a problem at this point. You know what I'm saying? Then you had Islam come into play in the mid 600s. Okay. Around what was it? 640 something.
Yeah. The Mohammedans. Yeah.
Thank you. That part. So you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mohammedism, that was because you have Muhammad II as well in the 1200s. Because that was because it's really Muhammad.
And you have Mahmud, the conqueror, in that same time as well.
Yeah.
Which had a longer run and a longer reputation than him. So it was like, but at the same time, I think it was according to, you know, how they was going to put the name.
Yep.
And check this. When I was in Egypt, I learned that Arab basically means, because Ab means from, AR, which is the Aryan blood.
Yep.
Because remember, if you go back quite far, let's say like to the 40s and stuff like that, you'll see certain like maps where they'll have Negroid, where they're just in America, South America, all of the Americas, the islands. Then you've got Mongoloid and Caucasians. Caucasian is just the area, because you've got like dark-skinned people, then Dravidians who are Caucasian. See, I think they were the ones that called Moors, because bearing in mind, I think white people come from around there, because you have Elizabeth I who was controlling the Raj, and she looked half Asian with a crooked, like certain Asian nose, like what the Pakistanis kind of have. You know what I'm saying? So I do think like, because even when you look at the Somalian, if you look at the Ethiopian, they got different phenotypes. You know what I'm saying? They
Very
totally
different.
Exactly. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and went over there and shared things.
But Arabs look like light-skinned Ethiopians.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because remember, you had who was it? Melanich or Mussolini who went over there, innit? But I think Mussolini. Look at the name, Musa. He must have been a dark skinned brother.
Yep,
as
and
well.
he invented fascism in 1920. Yep, the Black Shirt Party.
You know, that's why they sent over people like Selassie over and brought the Rastafari, called Ras is the king and Tafari is the man. And it's supposed to be the bloodline, obviously, of like Melanich and Solomon and them people. But he came over with like a whole different type of energy, what want for like the people of the islands and thing.
Or
So
about
is.
Suleiman the Great. SUL E. Yeah, SULE, Suleiman the Great.
Yes, SULE.
Yeah, SULE. Suleiman. Yeah, SULE.
Yeah, MANE. Yeah. See, they don't tell you about them people because I don't think they're fictional, but they'll try and tell you people like who's the other one? The other brother who's got the name the MM, which is I think Masonic, which is 3-3. Mansa Musa.
Mansa Musa. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's real.
Yep.
And the thing is, hold on.
Or
Mansa Musa,
Marcellus Maximilian.
Hold on. I just want to let everybody know, Mansa Musa didn't start Islam. Okay, please, family, understand. Mansa Musa did not begin or lived his life as a Islam person, and I'm not hating on Islamic people. What I'm saying is he was converted to Islam.
Yep.
Islam comes out of the Catholic Church, out of Catholicism through Kadisha and Warwick, through the teachings of Augustina. Yeah. And then she was the one who got Muhammad.
Because a lot of people think Mansa Musa is straight Islam and he's da. No, he wasn't. He was converted. Keep doing your research and go a little deeper, baby boy. All right.
Yep. Because if you look at,
I don't care how old you is, baby boy. Go deeper.
If you go deeper into all of the people that were converted, you find that they were incredibly wealthy before they were converted. And then afterwards, you have the legend of Mansa Musa passing all this gold out. So much, in fact, that it completely upturned the world economy.
Yeah. Shout out to God Body on the panel. What's going on, brother? Salute to the panel. Y'all going in. I was just listening in.
What happened to all the gold he passed out? What happened to all of it?
Man, you know that shit probably all got collected by the church, and they probably sent that shit out as propaganda.
So y'all believe Mansa Musa was a real person? Then?
No, I don't even think he was a real person. I think he's based on a real person.
Check this
out.
So
you believe that one time there was somebody carrying that much gold around, right? Was able to carry that much gold around.
Given the fact that, when you look at the first Aegean peoples and their naval capabilities, and you look at people from here like the Siwi peoples who sailed in balsa ships of 80 to 100 plus people per ship, it seems feasible to me. People were miners all over the world.
What ships you talking about?
Hold on. It had nothing to do with ships because he wasn't going through ships. He was always traveling through land.
Caravans.
They claim.
So the thing is, he wasn't traveling with all his gold. It was different. He had so much gold in different places or different spots where he had his gold stored that if he was to travel here, he would have a whole another caravan or whatever go back and get some gold and come to where they at, and they'll handle their payment as such.
I always looked at these stories of another way to embarrass us. I think that it actually backfired. And I think the people that created these stories didn't realize that. And I'm not trying to be funny, but I don't think they realized that black people was too fucking stupid to know that they was insulting us. Right. You don't tell a black man that there was a point of time where we had all of this shit and now you got nothing. That's embarrassing. They're poking fun at us by giving us these stories, and it backfired because niggas are not looking at it as an embarrassment or them picking fun of us. We're boosting the brag. Yo, there was a black man who actually had all this good shit and we had all this gold. He traveled. I'm like, look here, man. I know how I own gold bars myself, and I'm gonna tell you something. You ain't gonna be able to walk around with no gold bars, bro. You won't even on a horse.
Hell no.
You can only put so much on a camel, a horse. Whatever. You can only put so much stress on these animals. So it's like he had all this gold, so he must have had 1,000 camels too. Where that part of the story at?
Yeah, no, and where's all the water?
Come on, man.
No, but the thing is, like, I don't. For me, I don't believe in the story. Okay,
it's bullshit.
I've read this.
That's why I brought up ships. That's the only way it would be possible.
I've read the story, and I read a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just would speak on the story. I'm not speaking on the part of like, if it's real, if it's this, if it's that. You know what I'm saying? But however, if I was a person, and this is why I don't believe it, because if I was a person with that much magnitude, my family gene or line or still would be living with that much magnitude and creating more and getting more and getting more and getting more. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't look at it like to look down. I look at it as a different way. It's like, okay, well, if this person did this, wouldn't he get more? And let's just say, even if he didn't and he just passed, you think his people was gonna let his legacy not live on, or he wouldn't even have a legacy to give before he passed? You see what I'm saying? Part.
Yeah, you gotta remember, we talking about allegedly the richest man on earth.
There's allegedly one of them. They don't even put him as the rich. They put him as one of them.
One of the richest,
yeah. One of them.
Yeah, one of them.
But it seems to like that's like the mythological story everybody seems to stick on to when like the dude actually like had political motivations and empires that got tore the fuck down. So maybe people should stop holding on to that mythological shit and see what this man, what was his political endeavors? What did he actually do if he was a real person?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's too many legal fictions out here.
Nah, because that's right. Like, ain't no man finna go around with, even if it was 1,000 fucking camels, that still sounds stupid. Like, it just sounds dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna march with a 10,000 man army just to pass free gold out and fucking kill them with exhaustion for what?
Yeah,
the only reason I say to that, because in the stories that they give, they actually say they sent somebody here to get this and that and bring it back. So as business is conducted, it can be conducted. They actually had those. They actually had the they said they was carrying gold, but if it was something more than what they had, they would send someone else to go back and get that purchase, to bring that and ship that purchase. You know what I'm saying? AKA a transaction. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. A transferring action. Yes, sir.
I would like to see. I'm glad he brought that up, because that would look foolish. Like, can you imagine watching somebody do that?
It's fucking crazy, man.
Trying
That
to do
shit's
that,
insane.
I mean, the opposition
Because,
had to be
like-
looking at him, bro. Like, yeah, you's a goofy. Come on, bring it on in.
Exactly. No,
Exactly.
because that's why you have like you know, when the movies, you know, these motherfuckers be traveling. Oh, I'm gonna go to the land over here and da da da. And then in the midst of that, you have different stuff that people or civilizations that they would pass by, and they pass by, and they, you know, they have a king of that land over there, so they treat them in and say, oh yeah, well, you know, da 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 da, we'll do this business here, coming across here, and you know, you let us pass, or you know, we can you know, be accommodating of each other. You know, I can give you this and we can do this and da 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 da, and then they'll let them sleep there for a few nights, and they'll get them with treats and all the and women, whatever they desire, and all this
Bruh.
other bullshit.
Just
And
think about it on a strategic level. Like, you have this huge army moving gold, and they're fucking exhausted. It would be so easy. Like, what makes anyone think that those local duchies or kingdoms would even allow the shit, the entry into the country? A few hundred men could wipe them the fuck out because they're exhausted, and they already know the terrain. They could find a nice little funneled spot where the numbers of the so-called gold gifters wouldn't count for shit. You get what I'm saying?
That's why I
I
say
wonder how much
believe
water
the
they
story.
had.
That
why I
part.
say I believe,
You know what I'm
that why-
saying?
Yeah. That's why I say I believe the story, and I believe I don't believe most of the story, because, you know, according to what I got from it, is like, okay, well, you carrying gold, but bitch, how much gold is you motherfucking goddamn carrying?
That part.
First of
And
all,
why
let's
you just
start
giving
with-
it away?
where he get- okay, let's think about it. Where did he get all his gold
Exactly.
from?
Exactly.
I
Did
bet
he
you
mine
ain't gonna
it there
tell you that
locally?
shit.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, they gonna lie.
Makes no sense.
They gonna lie. They gonna say one of his servants, you know, tripped over a mine that found it and shit.
A mine,
Bruh, you know
Well,
what I
gold is
see? I
created
see
from
this shit as a
volcanoes.
psychological operation. They give us stories like this so that we'll be altruistic and give all of our shit away. That was the whole point of religious conversos in the first place, was to take your wealth, give it to the church, so that when you die, you go to heaven. And then you sign
And
all
hey,
your money
you
over,
right, bro.
and they
That's
cut your
probably
fucking head off.
They said his riches came from mining significant salt and gold deposits in the Mali Kingdom. I was about to say they said it came from mining, but
yeah,
I
you would
had
have to mine it
I had to be
locally.
right. I had to be right.
Okay, they mine. Okay, so we should be able to see these sites.
Yeah, there
These
should
mining
be
sites,
archaeological, historically recognized fucking sites if this is some real
No,
shit.
It should be. They taking over.
It's probably
That
next
shit
to
should be
Moses.
on
It might be next to
Wikipedia if
Noah's
it's real.
Ark.
Yeah.
I still want to see Noah's Ark, man. Fuck that bullshit.
Hey, for real though, look up the standard of Ur. U-R. Closest thing I've ever found to the Ark of the Covenant. The standard of Ur.
I don't agree with that. I've seen that already. I don't agree with that either.
I don't either.
I'm still staying with.
It's the closest
I
thing.
haven't found anything yet close to it. They even tried to paint and draw and print small like cartoon, stupid ass motherfucking pictures for that shit, and they still haven't got close to it. So
it looks like the art from the Norman invasion.
You are not gonna start doing CGI and movie fucking pictures and shit and images and shit, because I know how motherfucking goddamn After Effects work. I know how motherfucking goddamn Photoshop work. No, fuck that. I'm sorry. It's too much.
Sorry, not sorry. Actually, you know, I hate that word. I never say that word anymore. I always say I apologize because I'm not sorry. Nothing about me is sorry. I'm fucking marvelous. You feel me?
I'm just saying. This shit is just bullshit. Point fucking blank.
And there's only a drawing of this motherfucker, but it looks like a fruitcake too.
Mm-hmm.
Musa
Well, that's how you
depicted
know it's
holding
always
the curve.
bullshit when there's not even anything but a fucking sketch of his ass.
Oh, I know this shit fake. They talking about he holding a golden globe in his hand. Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
Hey, are you looking at that Drew like it's
Oh,
drawn
you know
out and
what?
shit?
Yeah,
The
they hold the golden globe.
That's
Now you know he
a
wouldn't be a
reference to
globe earther,
Prester
dog.
John. Have y'all heard of Prester John?
Nah.
That's a golden globe reference to Prester John.
Hold on, that again. Say that again. You was in the Matrix at that point.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Golden Globe is a reference to Prester John. You know, Prester meaning priest king. You know, apparently these Europeans were looking during the Muslim Wars or the Punic Wars, looking for a person called Prester John for 500 years.
Yeah, they thought he was a real motherfucker and never they found him, man.
Yeah, looking for the.
But it's just crazy. Like it goes back into again Musa just being rich. We don't know if this dude was smart. Was he a leader? Because when I go, is he a good leader? It say he's not a good leader. Like I'm like,
all I know is
he wasn't even a real leader. It said his uncle was.
All I'm saying is, by the time this nigga was rich, this motherfucker was converted motherfucking Islam. Point fucking blank.
Well, and
that's
the
why
word
I say, okay, if I believe the story, I could understand to say this, da da da. But if I don't believe the story, this shit is just bullshit. Point blank. And it's not saying anything. Even if it motherfucking say this motherfucker was rich and then this motherfucker was, and then we put, hold on. No, that was his money. He lost all that gold, not us. You see what I'm saying? He was the one who converted Islam. I'm not Islam. I'm not any part of that. That motherfucker lost that motherfucking gold, and that was him and his family and his legacy and all that shit was trampled. That had nothing to do with anything with us.
It say his riches came from the mining and significant gold and salt deposits in the Mali Empire, along with the slave and ivory trade. Yeah, we gotta keep it real. If you're gonna have an empire, you're gonna have slaves.
So he's selling people and massacring elephants in the thousands for their tusks, and this nigga just gonna give his gold away? What kind of gangster is murdering everything in sight for gold and then gives the shit away?
Well, the story says as much as he was giving away, he was getting doubled or tripled back.
So,
yeah, because
why are you gonna give half to a third of your
I'm just
profit
saying.
away?
Yeah, because if he adopted,
can't forget that in the story, because if you say he gonna give his trunks away, then you gotta put that part in it, because that's part of the story. I'm just speaking for the story. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right, because if you adopt Muslim, you're gonna make everybody pay a jizya tax. If you got an empire, you're gonna make all those surrounding territories pay a jizya tax to you. So right.
Oh yeah, he was doing some shit, and it just, the thing is, the story wasn't in full explanation of what was going on, but I understand of how, since that corporation was corrupted and how it was used and how it's still used as this system as we are under today. I could easily be like, just as Godbody said, he was using it to tax and get back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was just giving the gold away and then they were just giving gold back. First of all, if he was giving gold away, why the fuck is he giving it away to motherfuckers who got double the gold to give back?
Exactly.
Right? So that wouldn't really make sense, because if he's giving the gold away, obviously they poor or they don't have as much as he have.
Or it might be putting giving that gold away into that box of when he took his trip to Mecca and he was giving away gold to do his Hajj, I guess. But whatever.
Or it could have been a way for the motherfuckers who have gold or have the most gold over there. That's just a way of saying, oh, this is how we got the gold.
I don't know. Like, I'm glad you got the Niggapean shit up there because this be like some Asian shit. Like you a whole emperor of an empire, but still, you got other Arab empires that's enslaving your people. But yeah, go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he's Islam and what he, come on, man. And he so-called was traveling all across and doing this and doing this and doing that. Man, come on, man.
Nah.
He just giving out fronts and shit.
Right, he giving out loans. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, what they say he was giving out loans, but what they wasn't saying is the taxing, how he was taxing, and how he's getting the motherfucking money back double and triple. That's what they say. He was getting back more than he was giving. It's a whole game.
Usury. Yep. That's what the banking system operates on now. We give you macro, micro, and mainstream loans, and they always turn a profit.
Yeah.
Like
You
3 to 11%.
You always get the shitty end of the stick. You never get the good end.
It's like a game of poker. The odds are always stacked in favor of the house.
Hey, let's say this dude. Let's say he. Fuck. It say he sent the expedition with 2,000 ships to explore the Atlantic Ocean, but they didn't. They never returned those 2,000 ships.
That's why I say shit fake.
Fuck.
They probably sent 2 ships.
Like,
and they
man,
probably sent them to somewhere they already knew, and they fucking.
I'm gonna just flame my blunt. Yeah, I'm in the 1300, bro.
Out of here.
In the 1300, I'm finna flame my blunt because that's crazy.
Y'all remember that we talking about ships? We talking about no propellers, no motors.
Yeah,
we just talking about wooden ships, huh? And we already know, even in the 1400s, the ships wasn't even that big.
Nope. Look,
so,
though,
I mean, Jesus
there's a book you should buy and read. It's called We the Navigators, and it's based off of American maritime practices, including all of the islanders that still live around the 700 plus islands of America today. Now, these people invented the canoa and the catamaran, and in those times would have had catamarans with houses on them. Before those times, even, this is a good book because it shows you all of the maritime practices that existed and still exist and are still used to this day. Like, these are tactics even paleo crab fishers use up in the extreme north.
Even the rafts that you stand on top of that's made of reed leaf and wood.
Yep, all this shit. And, this book also shows you the currents and tides that will take you to the British Isles and to Europe from here in weeks. And how it would take
I always thought
to get
the
back.
shit was like, I thought a motherfucker died. But when all them Haitians ended up in Texas from Haiti and they was whooping them with the whips, nobody still can answer how the fuck they got over there. Like, these niggas just...
If you have enough men in a dugout and they all know how to swim, that is an unwritable ship. So if it capsizes, or it's an uncapsizable ship. So if it capsizes, they just flip the bitch over, grab their oars, and because it's a row boat and not a ship with a sail dependent on the wind, they can combine their strength to go against the current. You see what I'm saying? I mean,
and most of the time it's going, they following the current is going towards the islands in America, well, South America.
Yep. So. South America, yeah. They shoot across from down south beyond Cape Hope into Chile, and they shoot across from the Gulf of Mexico to all. I mean, depending on what part from the Gulf of Mexico leading up, you hop onto the sea. There is a tide or current that will take you all the way over to Europe, and they consistently get driftwood from over here. all the time. Still happens to this day. Every
Hence,
time
that's
there's
why
a
they
hurricane,
always.
tornadoes, this shit ends up in the ocean, and it always flows over there.
Mm-hmm. That's why they
You
always
know.
talking about some. Yeah, we were going to find this, and the current took them to somewhere else and shit.
Yep. And then you also know that Goree Island is complete horse shit because it's a hurricane shipping lane from Goree Island to the Petite Gulf, or that's what we used to call the South.
Yeah, I don't see how they could live on them islands because Cuba did just get hit with that hurricane that's coming to Florida and shit, and they got smacked hard.
They go to high ground.
That's the only way, because I'm looking at videos, bro. They got fishes in the crib in the water, like it's just fishes floating in the water and shit.
Yep. Yeah, they live off the sea, bro. That's what I'm saying. Our people have been living off the sea for over 220,000 years. It can be proven. That book tells all. It's a great book. It's only like $7 or $8 on Amazon. I really suggest you get that shit. It's a great fucking read.
What you say the book was called?
We the Navigators. You know, it teaches you about the navigation practices here, and then you also start to understand the purpose of the Atlas stones in Puerto Rico, because that was the excuse me, that was the launching point. So when you look at this from a bird's eye view, or say you were hanging from the center of the dome, you would see the progression of lines leading out from Central America to Europe and to Asia, and then how from those launch off points there's migrations out from the southern Mediterranean, now called Africa or North Africa or Egypt or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That's where the migrations happen on the Sudan Peninsula. Get what I'm saying? Then there's migrations out from those points, and what they've done is they've removed our history here, the first point, and they tell it from the perspective of the Aegean, but it's incomplete because, I mean, they operate on metrics. We have the original science of 0 to 9, so there's all of your inconsistency and incongruence with everything, because mathematically their calendars are whack. It's like the Berber calendar has more days in a year than we do. You know, the Egyptian lunar calendar has 11 days less than our calendar. You get what I'm saying? We have all these mathematical inconsistencies because we've been given the perspective of the metric system, and we are the inventors of the standard measurement system. You feel me? Mic check.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. I believe that book was written in the 70s. What was it, like 76, if I'm not mistaken? You know, the historical records account for ships having up to 100 people per ship. Imagine what you could do with a giant tree and 100 people rowing. Imagine how fast you would go. You'd have to row in shifts, because if everyone rowed in unison, you'd probably row yourself right under the fucking water. Which explains why, you know, the early ships had prows that rise way above the water with an animal figurine. You know, if you nose over into a large wave, it would cut the wave and keep you on the same level versus digging under. Feel what I'm saying? And then the catamaran just completely avoids that whole concept together because it's two giant canoas side by side connected, which raises you above the water level. And then on top of that, you can build yourself netting or a platform, and you can have yourself, you can have a fucking a net that you just drop down, catch fish, bring them up, and keep them in the water for life with a whole house on the bit. Combine the sails and the
I'm
rowing
looking at
power.
catamarans right now too. Them motherfuckers look. I know you talking about the the original one, but I'm looking at
Well, hey,
the one they got
catamaran
now.
it's just a canoa, my brother. It's the
Yeah.
same shit. It's catamaran is just the colloquial word for a canoa. Canoas, there were many types of canoas. This just
But
their
the
modern
day they got
exonym for it.
the day they got them motherfuckers looking like mini yachts and shit. Like
Well, bro, that's because back in the day, everything was larger, including us.
yeah. And
So
then I used to watch the
look in
catamaran
Saponi,
races.
Catawba.
Mhm.
Check this. Oh yeah. I live in the Bay. I see that shit every
Yeah,
year.
them motherfuckers be raw as hell.
Yeah, fucking in Saponi, Catawba, yacht means uncle. Did you know that? Yacht is uncle. YACHT. Yacht. It means uncle.
Learn something new every day.
Yes, sir.
Keep it that way.
At least I try.
Hey, because when I be watching the races, how fast do these motherfuckers go? Because they be looking like they be going fast as hell when they catch the wind. When you got that right wind on the catamaran, like they be going like 40 miles per hour.
Yeah, because as they catch the wind that comes across the bow, the storm jib and the boom allow lift to occur on the front of the ship, which essentially makes it almost glide because it has what's called a shallow draft keel. It doesn't have a deep keel, like most ships have a deep keel, which creates electrolysis, which you would call that, parasitic drag coefficient when you're dealing with automotives or aeronautics in general. So if you have a shallow draft keel, which is what these so-called Vikings or Vikings were famous for, then you can achieve incredible speed without creating electrolysis and not having to hang a zinc bar off your ship to absorb it. I actually have a couple of I'm about that life. I like sailing. Got a 32-foot Boston Whaler and a 32-foot Catalina. I would sell both for a catamaran or get them both in. Although, I used to make my own carbon fiber and fiberglass body kits for my import tuners, like back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I actually worked I worked for Catalina in San Diego for a year. So I could actually make my own catamarans if I had the facilities and the budget. Could make some dope ass shit. Something nobody else has. Make that bitch solar powered. Like direct drive though, no fucking batteries to weigh the shit down. So, instead of having a conventional sail run out a fucking solar panel or solar sail during the daytime. Could even design it in so that it generates piezoelectricity as well. Feel me? Y'all checking that book out? Yo, Chris, you there?
Oh shit.
What is it?
Oh, okay. I thought that was mine. My shit that was fucking up. All right, cool. That wasn't bad.
I don't know. I think everybody's shit just fucked up for a minute. Sounded like I went off.
Sounded like some. I don't know. Shit was kind of crazy. So I don't really have problems with my shit. Like, so she was weird. Anyway. But yeah, we're gonna he said digression. You're stupid. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna go ahead and head out here. You know what I'm saying? Good build. Thanks for the bros come through and build on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This was dope.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bless up, Dreads.
Anything else you want to say, bro?
Just to have a blessed day.
And have it. You already know how it is, fam. So next time, love yourself, love everyone. Take care of yourself. Take care of everyone. Please protect your energy. Take everyone's energy. Make sure you're drinking your water, eating your fruit, eating your vegetables, your vitamins. Of course, dazzling that seasoning on that food, because you know medication is elevation. Never stay stagnant. Rise above all occasions. You already know the motto. Break those loose, fam. This is the Smokers Lounge. I'm your host, chriscyphaz. We're sponsored by Executive Sessions and Rashard TSL. Flat motherfucking power. Salute to the fam. Thanks to the pack. Till next time, I see y'all, fam. You already know what it is. Much love.
Better nigga, you don't know the talk. Do better nigga, you don't know the game. Yeah, I got moves like Michael. Watch how I'm coming down the middle lane. Let me show you how a nigga run shot.